Hey guys, welcome back. It is Sunday morning, which you know what that means. We got football in our very immediate future. Week 3 going to continue after we had some action Thursday night. It'll be a very interesting week 3 because probably starting some players you didn't think you'd be starting in your fantasy lineups. The injuries were everywhere, and even during practice. So we're going to have some tough start sit decisions. That's why we're here, help you answer those questions and figure out how to set the optimal lineup and do our best to help you win. Also, maybe you're pulling off some trades. You got a lot of trades early in the season happening because of team needs and buy low. This is the time to get active. You don't have to wait till the middle of the season. So anything you got for us, we're going to help you with. We'll do as many of the questions as we possibly can before kickoff. So stay with us and we'll help you figure out what the best course of action is. Now, just have a general question before we get to the injury report because it's pretty long. We've got a lot of players here. We're going to have a lot more questions. We had a lot yesterday, and we're going to have a lot more questions about guys like Demarcus Robinson, Jordan Whittington, the next guy up. Would you generally feel better about a guy who's maybe now suddenly the number 1 or number 2 receiver in an offense like that, right? Replacing a stud, or someone that who's like already the number 2 or 3 receiver, like an established guy. Are you rolling the dice and just seeing if this guy can step up? Because we always talk about upside. Is that like, okay, well, here it is. Here's the upside. Or is that just too risky?
I mean, it always depends. It always depends. I mean, if we're talking about like good number 2 receivers, I'm not starting these guys that, like a Demarcus Robinson, who could potentially be the number 1 in LA. We don't know for sure that he is. But if it's like a fringe number 2 or number 3 wide receiver, sure, I'll gamble on a guy like Demarcus Robinson.
Yeah, I mean, it always depends on who you got. But man, the Rams will be the team to watch, I think, today for sure. Not that they're the only one with injuries, but I think like the Eagles is a good example. AJ Brown out. It's like, well, I want whoever's the number 2 receiver in Philadelphia, but you probably don't because they just didn't throw to the receivers a whole lot. Guy like Jahan Dotson didn't wind up being anything. Like maybe he will this week, maybe he will next week, but yeah, it really always depends on the situation. All right, so shall we talk injuries? Because there's a lot. All right, here are the guys you don't want to start because they are out or almost surely going to be out. Cooper Kupp, of course, joining Puka Nacua, so that leaves a big hole in the Rams offense. We'll see who fills it today. And then, of course, both Deebo Samuel and George Kittle are out for the Niners. That also paves the way for a guy like Juwan Jennings. A lot of people not only picked him up, but are rolling with him. And we'll see how that turns out. Of course, AJ Brown already mentioned, he's out. And then the one that really kind of took us by surprise, but I guess the severity took us by surprise, is Joe Mixon. He's out. Dameon Pierce also out. I'm going to ask again, Cam Akers season. Are you convinced?
I mean, I'm starting him in a couple leagues today. I think you could do much worse than Cam Akers. That is for sure.
There you go. I can't say it's like a surefire thing, but he's definitely going to get all the touches in that backfield. So let's see how many touches they give him and what he does with it. Kenneth Walker, again, going to be out. I think he's officially listed as doubtful, but he's not going to play. Zach Charbonnet is the replacement there. And then let's get to all the tight ends. We know George Kittle. Evan Ingram, going to miss again. Back up there is Brenton Strange. We've talked a lot about him. Might be your best replacement. And I guess just in case there's somebody who wasn't on here yesterday, I think we're now to the point where we're going Brenton Strange over a guy like Mike Gesicki for the most part, right?
Yes, I am. With T Higgins back, then yes, I'm going Strange over Gesicki right now. But I think Gesicki's still a good start, like a good streaming option, I should say.
Right. Yeah, I don't think T being back completely kills Gesicki. But it definitely hurts. Didn't think that was going to happen early this week. David Njoku going to miss another week. So again, you might be in need of a tight end. Jordan Love, there was some thought maybe, but no, one more week. Looks like next week is sounding pretty pretty solid for him, but this week he's going to be out. So fire up Malik Willis. No, maybe not. Jordan Addison is out again. Jalen Naylor will get some more action there. Raheem Mostert, not likely to play. And then Kareem Hunt was not elevated from the practice squad. He is not going to get any action today. It will be the Carson Steele's show. So with that said, not that you were ever really worried about Kareem Hunt per se, and a lot of people spin up on Carson Steele. How you feeling about Carson Steele right about now?
I feel okay with Carson Steele. I mean, it's pretty much just him, Samaje Perine, and Keontae Ingram. So I'm not really worried about Ingram taking on a big role. I mean, maybe Perine gets a little bit more involved, but I think we're going to see plenty of Carson Steele.
I think so too. They're going to give him a shot. I mean, they will need to run the ball at some point. So Carson Steele, risky but upside. So we'll see. If you need a running back, you could do worse. All right, these are the questionables. Justin Herbert. This is one that you're going to have to definitely keep an eye on now. Not that you really want to start Herbert in a single QB league anyways, but if Herbert's your guy, maybe in a super flex, he's a game time decision?
Yeah, they're talking about having like 3 QBs on the roster. I mean, maybe playing all 3 QBs. I don't know, but look, I think Justin Herbert is going to play today, but I still don't think I want to play Justin Herbert. Banged up against the Steelers. I think I'd rather pass if I could, even in Superflex, honestly.
Yeah, not even just because of the injury, right? The matchup is horrible. This team just going to run the ball anyways. I mean, this is why we were pretty much off Herbert draft season, but yeah. Herbert, questionable to play. Keep that in mind. Josh Palmer, his receiver, also questionable. I know a lot of people, some people, thinking about the Quentin Johnston breakout. I don't know if this is the week for it to continue. We'll see. And then Tyjae Spears, also questionable. And then this is the good news. Well, the good news, this is a long list too. These guys are in, no issues. Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Nico Collins. You got those stud receivers, no worries. They have to be in your lineup no matter what. Rachaad White, no issues for him. Michael Pittman was questionable, but it looks like he is good to go. He's going to play. So he's another one of those players that's kind of up in the air. Based on how he's done, Josh Downs, though, is back for the Colts. So he's going to give it a go. We'll see what he looks like in his debut for this season. Jaden Reed, no issues for him. Tyler Lockett is in. Jake Ferguson is back, the tight end. So if he was your tight ends, again, we've generally been saying if you were between him or like Gesicki, just go with Ferg, right?
Yep, just go with Ferg. Why not?
Hank Bigsby, no issues for him. Greg Dortch was questionable. Now he is not. He actually kind of gets a good matchup, although he's still Greg Dortch. So keep that in mind. And last, I had to save, I guess we'll say the best for last. Yes, I was acknowledged on the Discord. If I say, yes, you got to start T Higgins, that tells you should just start T Higgins. Start T Higgins. So T Higgins is back. No limitations, right?
Well, as far as we know, we've
okay.
seen this before, but I think with everything they're saying and the fact that it's Commanders, you gotta go for it. Got to go for it with T Higgins.
And that's the main thing. Like you said, it's the matchup. In this matchup, you have to, right? I mean, if it was the Steelers, I wouldn't say you had to, but all right. T Higgins is back. It's good for Joe Burrow. All right. So that's the latest injury report. As always, if something breaks during the stream, if we get wind of some news, hopefully no bad news from no new injuries right before pregame warmups like last week with Evan Ingram and things like that. Anything breaks, you guys let us know. We'll let you know, and we'll keep you updated. So we're going to get to your questions because you want to know who to start, who to sit. But you also need to know who you're going to put for your pick'em lineups because you got a couple hours to set those before the games start. And I'm talking about underdog, of course. You know, you want to get your pick'ems in. I did a couple last night. We'll see how those go. If you haven't done these yet, let's say you don't know what underdog is. You're just finding out about this for the first time, or maybe you're just on the fence. You haven't made an account yet. let me remind you, you have time not only to get those pick'ems in, but to use this free pick, Pat Mahomes getting 1 yard. That's right. Go higher than 0.5 total yards. That's a free pick. You can combine that with any other pick, and that's a good chance to win your very first chance at a pick'em. And of course, you also get that deposit match still. If you do sign up for the very first time in Underdog, make sure you use code ENDGAME because you get that free pick plus that deposit match up to $1,000 in bonus cash. So try it out if you haven't already. And of course, you want to try out our app. It's called DraftLane. Now, for those who don't know, again, DraftLane is basically your way to reach out to us and get in contact with us just like you would here on the live stream, except you can do it anytime you want because it's mobile, and we will answer your questions personally as soon as you put it in there. So DraftLane, it's completely free to download, App Store, Google Play Store. All you have to do is sign in, and if you are new to DraftLane, for a limited time, you get a credit in that account. So again, the app is free. You have some paid features there, but you can, just like you would do on a super chat here, it's the same thing, right? Starts it, waivers, trades. Maybe you don't want to put it on live on YouTube. Maybe you just not sure yet. Maybe you want to try it out for free. This is a chance to try it out for free because you're getting that $10 credit, right? So it's basically like a free super chat if you do it for the first time. So again, try DraftLane, and you can ask any question you like. We personally will answer your question and give you some feedback, rate your team, again, who to start, trade suggestions. If you do download it and you sign in, this syncs with your Yahoo and Sleeper leagues. You can see your league standings. We can see your roster. We can see your league mates' rosters for those trade suggestions. And that just makes it so much easier. Even we can get even deeper than we can here on the live show. So again, DraftLane, if you haven't tried it yet, this is where it's at.
I'm actually looking at a DraftLane question right now.
There you
Got to choose between Demarcus Robinson, Deontay Johnson, Jalen Waddle, who we like, or Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah, and by the way, guys, this is also a good reminder. Now at 12 o'clock, the games are going to start. 12 o'clock Central, 1 o'clock Eastern. Was it 10 o'clock Pacific? That's crazy. After the games, what if you have a question about the afternoon games? We're not live. Throw it on DraftLane, and we can answer that question before the afternoon slate or the night games or for Monday. I mean, anytime. Okay, so Demarcus Robinson, Jalen Waddle, Brian Thomas. Who else?
And Deontay Johnson.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I think the floor might be. I can't say that. Deontay Johnson. If you take a chance on the Dalton connection, I don't know. I might shoot for the D-Rob big game.
Yeah, that's who he's got in his lineup right now. I might just tell him just to stick with it. Man, it's hard to bench Waddle, but Skylar Thompson, not a good matchup.
You know, it's interesting. Tyreek Hill, yesterday they had a maybe it was yesterday, whenever they interviewed him, asked about Skylar Thompson. He was like, well, he moves around a little better than Tua. He's more mobile. Like, yeah, because they don't want Tua to run for obvious reasons, but also he's going to be running a lot more, I think, today out of necessity. Like, I don't want to just pile on Skylar Thompson, but I'm just saying I don't feel good about a guy like Jalen Waddle or anybody else in that offense. Maybe Tyreek because he can do the work himself, get the ball in his hands. But sorry, you have to be nervous about Waddle.
Definitely. All right.
Well, let's get to your super chats here. Elmer Sanchez, Akers, Higgins, Thomas Jr., Javonte. Gotta be Higgins.
I mean, unless it's, but even like, okay, maybe I can't be that high on Higgins. If it's complete non-PPR, then I probably go Akers. But in any other half or full PPR, it's Higgins. You got to just gamble on it. I mean, the upside for Higgins is so great this week. You got to gamble on that.
Yeah, agree. Let's just go with Higgins. Joe, PPR flex, Neighbors, T, JMO, or McBride.
Again, let's just go with T. I mean, I guess in this case, you probably don't have. Maybe you don't have to risk it with T, because I like Jameson enough that maybe I just go with Jameson Williams here. I have like Jameson and T kind of in the same tier, but at least with Jameson, you don't have to worry about any, T Higgins shenanigans where it's like, he plays one snap.
Mm-hmm.
So in this case, I'd probably go Jameson Williams.
It's like you said, there's no limitations that we know of right now. It doesn't mean he doesn't pull up lame, in game. It could happen to anybody, of course, but it's T Higgins. So, I mean, look, if you want to shoot for the upside here, T Higgins, I guess, but Jameson Williams feels much safer. He's got a good matchup, so I would probably go Jameson. Neighbors is the one I'm having the toughest time really evaluating because my instant gut reaction was on the road at Cleveland, horrible matchup, Denzel Ward. I don't want a part of it. But then schematically, I think Cleveland's defense, it favors a guy like Neighbors. But then again, we've seen Neighbors twice, right? 2 games. One was against Washington. I don't know that we can dig that deep and just say he's going to feast again.
Right.
I have my doubts. So I'm just going to go Jameson here. But did you die? Jalen Waddle or one of these guys? I mean,
I think over these guys, again, we just kind of had this one on the DraftLane app, right? We had Waddle, Deontay, Brian Thomas, but then D-Rob. But like Coleman, Gesicki, no, definitely not over Waddle. I think Deontay and Brian Thomas Jr. are close this week because, again, Skylar Thompson. But I don't really love Brian Thomas's matchup. I mean, on the road against Buffalo, maybe he does something. But, I mean, on the road against Buffalo, not loving that. And then Deontay, I'd love to say, like, yeah, Deontay's got Andy Dalton, but we don't know. What if Andy Dalton, like, targets Adam Thielen a bunch or Xavier Leggett a bunch or something? You know what I mean? We don't know how that's going to go. So, in this case, I probably do just go Waddle and hope for the best.
Deontay's the only one I might even consider over Waddle. In this case, again, if you want to take a chance, it's still taking a chance that Deontay gets fed by Dalton, which I'm taking that chance in a couple leagues because I have a lot of Deontay Johnson, unfortunately. But yeah, in this case, I might just stick with Waddle. Bird talk. Pick 2. Hey, we might not see a single question that doesn't have T Higgins today. Higgins, Akers, Thomas Jr., Jennings, or Chandler?
I'm going with the first two. Again, Thomas Jr. on the road in Buffalo doesn't excite me. Jennings, fine, but also risky. Chandler, I mean, it doesn't sound like Aaron Jones is going to be limited or anything. So, I mean, he's fine, but yeah, just give me the first two. T. Higgins gets Commanders. Akers gets a lot of touches. So, yeah, give me the first two.
He should get a lot of touches. Yeah, Chandler, unless Aaron Jones is hurt, which I don't think he is, you can't consider Chandler here. I'm not going with Thomas with this group. I think Higgins is a must out of this group. And then, yeah, I like Akers. I'm big on Akers, of course. Good situation for him. Jennings is fine, but I don't know if he has a super high ceiling. You know what I mean? I think Akers has a higher one. Alexander's channel. Welcome back. All right. He's saying that Keenan is available. Someone just got sick of him. Who should I drop to get him? Bucky, Braylon Allen, Spears, Dobbs, or D-Rob?
I think you could drop Dobbs right now. I mean, you might want to pick Dobbs back up because Jordan Love should be back next week, but I don't expect Dobbs to do anything this week where people are running out to like, oh my gosh, I have to add Romeo Dobbs. So, yeah, definitely add Dobbs to pick up Keenan for sure.
Yeah. And also you have some running back stashes here, more valuable than a wide receiver stash, a wide receiver who's, in the mix here, 3 or 4 guys in that same offense. So there you go. Sit one. Harrison, Evans, Flowers, Neighbors.
Well, I'm sitting Neighbors. I mean, look, this could. I mean, the fact that you got to sit one of these guys means it always could backfire on you because these guys on any given week can have a huge week. But Neighbors, I mean, again, on the road against Cleveland, and it's again, it has nothing to do with Neighbors, like you said. Like, sure, maybe the way Cleveland defends benefits Neighbors, but the pass rush. I know Myles Garrett dealing with some foot things, but he's playing. Like, the pass rush is not going to benefit Daniel Jones getting the ball out quick and accurately. So, you know what I mean? Like maybe Neighbors does it again, but this isn't the Commanders. You have such good options. I'm just going to sit Neighbors here.
Exactly. Neighbors will get a few grabs, he'll get some yards, but unless he happens to bust loose for a long touchdown, probably just going to be okay. So yeah, I would sit Neighbors too. Rough times. Happy Sunday though. 2 different leagues. It's half PPR, likely, or the Muth.
I think you got to go Freiermuth. At least he's involved. He's a clear tight end 1 there. I know the ceiling isn't very high, but I mean, really, what's the ceiling for likely unless Mark Andrews gets hurt? I mean, we saw last week, right? It went back. The Chiefs just decided years ago that their defense against the Ravens is just take out Mark Andrews, just take him out of the game, and make Lamar Jackson throw it to other guys, and it works. So they're not playing the Chiefs this week. Andrews should be fine. Let's just go Muth and hope he scores or something.
That's it. I mean, neither of these options are amazing here, so I guess just go with the Muth. And then we got PPR in this one, a receiver, Higgins over Diggs. You gotta go Higgins.
I'm going Higgins over Diggs. I think he's got way more upside.
And then a running back. This one's tough. Pollard or Charbonnet?
Actually, it's not really that tough for me. I'm just going Pollard pretty easily here. Like, Charbonnet is fine. He'll get the touches. He'll catch some passes. He could score. But he's just, like, Pollard, I think, just gives you so much more as far as, like, big plays. And, like, he'll just give you so much more on the ground. So, like, Charbonnet, like, I mean, it's not like Pollard, like, miles ahead of Charbonnet. But I just think Pollard has more upside. So, for me, it's Pollard.
Well, I feel the same because I had Pollard as a boom, and I wasn't even in on Pollard this draft season. I actually have 0 Pollard on any of my teams. A couple in underdog best ball, but not even as much as I probably should have. So, yeah, I like Pollard this week. Spears is questionable, and it's not like he was doing much even when he was healthy. It was just Pollard's backfield. So I really like Pollard in this matchup. There you go. Got to go Higgins, go Pollard. And let's get to Dan O. Got the membership on YouTube. Greetings. Would you trade Devontae Smith for Olave?
I mean, this feels like Spider-Man meme.
Yeah. Like, it's not really an upgrade or a downgrade.
Right. I don't know. I think I know the Saints offense looks great. I know Derek Carr looks great, but it's only been 2 weeks. I think I still... I mean, I don't know. I know AJ Brown's going to be back, and then Devonta Smith will become a little more volatile again. But I think for right now, I probably just prefer Devonta Smith. But it's very like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like Spider-Man pointing at each other.
Yeah, exactly. I think Olave is a good buy low right now, but this isn't low. So
no.
If you want Olave, sure, I would trade somebody else.
I never understand those trades, but okay.
I don't know. Lex Dad, also a member, but dropped a super chat. Thank you, Lex Dad. Needs running back help. All right, so first one, Rachaad White, Dobbins, Ford.
I mean, I know this could be the week. This could be the week where the train derails for Dobbins, but how do you bench Dobbins at this point? I think you just got to roll with Dobbins.
Got to start Dobbins. We can't possibly tell you not to start Dobbins anymore. But even besides that, I mean, Ford is fine, right? But his upside is now limited by Foreman's presence. Rashad White, same thing. Thought he was going to be the workhorse back there, and now all of a sudden Bucky Irving's involved. Dobbins has been great. Go with Dobbins. And then White, Dobbins, Aaron Jones, Dobbins again, I guess.
I mean, yeah, I'll say this. You say you're leaning White, and I like White this week. I mean, he gets the Broncos. I think he'll bounce back. I think people are just a little too down on White because of last week, forgetting what he did in week 1. So if you don't want like Dobbins, and I assume this is 2 different lineups. So if you don't want Dobbins in both your lineups, just in case, yeah, go Dobbins in one and White in the other. I think White will be fine this week.
Yeah, there you go. If you don't want to go all in and saying you preferred White, which one? Well, that's up to you. I guess it depends which lineup you feel like you need more upside in. That would be the Dobbins one. Black Bag, what's up? Take a chance on Evans. Do you think Evans will be? I know some people are worried he's going to be shut down by Pat Surtain, or go with the floor of Ford or BTJ.
I mean, he could be. We can't sit here and pretend like there's no chance that Mike Evans will be shut down by Pat Surtain. Pat Surtain is very good. But at the same time, like he should get chances away. It's not, he should get chances away from Surtain as well. But when you look at these guys like Ford, like really, okay, what's the floor? Like what's the realistic floor with Ford? Like 8 to 10 points? What's the, and what's the ceiling with Brian Thomas Jr.? Like really, what has Brian Thomas Jr. done this year to make you think that like he has a massive ceiling, right? And again, on the road in Buffalo, so yeah, I'll just risk it. I'll just risk it with Evans here. I mean, we're talking about what? Thomas Jr., 4 catches, 47 yards, a touchdown in week 1, 2 catches for 94 yards. Like, that's not really a ceiling. I'll just gamble on Evans here. If he kills me, he kills me. Like, I don't think I'm gonna like be like, oh, I wish I got the 10 points from Jerome Ford instead of the 6 points from Mike Evans, or I wish I got the 11.5 points from Brian Thomas Jr. instead of the 6 points from Evans. I mean, you might, like, because that's what people think, right? Like, oh, I lost by 4 if I would have just started this guy instead. But it's like, yeah, I'm going with Evans here.
Okay, Surtain very good, right? Even if Evans gets shut down, I seriously doubt he puts up a goose egg. I mean, his floor is still probably a couple of catches, for some yards. I don't really feel like his floor is even lower than Jerome Ford. You know what I mean? So I'm just going with Evans as well. He'll get you something. Kiefer Abney, Kittle out. Parkinson, Ertz, Komet, or Strange?
I'm going Strange. Talked about him on the streamers video. Talked about him quite a bit yesterday. Tied with Gabe Davis, 7 targets, got 2 end zone targets. So K1 was a Hail Mary at the end of the game, but even 1 end zone target is huge. Yeah, I think Strange gives you everything you want from a streaming tight end.
Mm-hmm. Getting targets. Komet has 0 value right now. I mean, the wide receivers, DJ Moore barely has that much value, so Komet, forget it. Parkinson should have done it last week, didn't do anything against the Niners. No way. Yeah. Ertz is like maybe because he got someone involved, but Strange got more targets. I'm going to go Strange too. Strange as it may be. Antoine Cruz, trade for Swift. Is this a buy low that's worth it?
It might be because it's so low here. I mean,
yeah, can't get much
it's
lower.
It's so low here. Look, the touches are there. Just the results aren't. So, I think he's worth it because it's such a buy low. Like, if there's somebody on your bench that somebody values more, like maybe, I don't know, maybe a Jerry Jeudy, somebody like that, that somebody's like, just give me Jerry Jeudy. I just want this bum DeAndre Swift off my team. Why not?
Look, this is as low as you can get probably right now. I think Swift will be fine. I know people are all tilted because Khalil Herbert got that goal line rush and touchdown. This Bears offense should get a little bit better as the season goes on. You may not ever want to trust Swift as your RB2, but you can probably get him for almost nothing right now. So it's worth it. At least he's getting touches. All right. Got a special guest, and Young Money is in the house. Been a while.
What's up?
All right. We're 1-1, wondering if we're going Naylor, Alec Pierce, or Deontay Johnson, full PPR.
I think I'm going Deontay here. I'm gonna trust that Andy Dalton will get the ball to his best wide receiver. Naylor, Pierce, I think are fine as hope they score a touchdown, right? Desperation, kind of like hope they score. But if they don't give you a touchdown, I'm not sure what you're really, if you're getting a whole lot from them. So I'm gonna go with Deontay Johnson and hope Andy Dalton is a solution.
Yeah, I still see Pierce as the same as I did before. And like last year, he got those chunk plays and touchdowns, and he happened to score again in week 2. But look, Downs is back. Pittman's playing. He's still going to be very much big play or nothing. So I would rather take a chance on a big play from Naylor, who's definitely going to be more involved. But with that said, even though Naylor could make that big play, I would trust Deontay Johnson as well. I really think he should finally do something. He should. Finally. Rahul, what's up, Rahul? Did my homework, traded Zay for Kelsey. And you already had McBride. Okay. My wide receivers either Coleman or where pickup. Okay.
Wouldn't you feel much better about your team if your wide receiver was Zay Flowers with McBride just as your tight end?
He's got some reasoning here. Not going to say I love this. I think Chiefs will need to regress. They're basically Kelsey has to do better, I guess is the thought. And Zay's in run first team. I don't know.
All right. Well, I hope you're right. I hope it works out for you, of course. Okay. So what do we got? What do we got to do at the wide receiver spot now? We got to choose between Coleman, Tolbert, or Mooney.
Yeah, that's.
I guess I go Coleman. I know he's coming off like a terrible game, but Josh Allen only threw for 140 yards in that game. But you look, he's run 84% of the routes. He's out there. He's got an end zone target, 11.5 ADOT. Tolbert, maybe Tolbert is really the number 2. And maybe after this week, we're going to say you got to go Tolbert. And Mooney again, had that nice game, but really he's like an all or nothing guy, right? He could.
Yeah.
So I guess here I go Coleman.
I guess. Well, good luck. Good luck, Rahul. Jay, standard flex, has Yoshi, but now with Higgins back, okay, so Dowdle, Dunze, or Sutton.
So this is standard non-PPR, I guess. Sutton. Because if I had to put money on one of these guys scoring a touchdown, it would probably be Sutton, because at least he gets chances to score touchdowns if they get close to the goal line. So if by standard you mean non-PPR, I might go Sutton no matter what, actually, because Dunze not ready to trust him and Dowdle can't. So Sutton.
Yeah, I think probably Sutton. We'll say. Yoshi did have 2 touchdowns last week, and he gets the Commanders this week, so he could get you a touchdown, but that's maybe wishful thinking. So yeah, probably go Sutton. All right, Alexis Aguilar, Barkley, Kincaid for Lamb and Kelsey.
This feels like a very good, a very fair trade. Like you're trading a stud running back for a stud wide receiver, and then you're just swapping, doing a tight end swap. I'm betting on Kincaid or I'm betting on Kelsey. I think it's a very fair trade. Honestly, I can't. If the team with Barkley needs help at wide receiver and the team with Lamb needs help at running back, this is a very fair trade. Very fair.
Yeah, exactly. What benefits your team more, the receiver or the running back? So, yeah, can't say it's bad. Brandon Ahmed, start 2 for the flex in full. Zamir, Ford, D-Rob, Higgins, Keon Coleman.
Well, I think Higgins is head and shoulders above these guys as my number one. And then in PPR, I'd probably go to Marcus Robinson. I mean, I would love to say Zamir White, but what if he only gets 8 carries again or something? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's got to be Higgins and D-Rob.
Yeah, agree. Go with those 2 receivers, Higgins and D-Rob. Got the upside. CJ, HTX, Jacobs, JT, Sharp, Dobbins, and then flexing Devontae and DK. I don't know. I guess we're just picking 2 or what?
I mean, I think it's if you're only picking 2, I'll just rank them for you because I don't know how many you need. JT, Jacobs, Dobbins, Charbonnet would be my ranking.
Yeah, in this case, you don't have to start Dobbins because you got JT and Jacobs, but he would be third. Flexing, Devontae Adams, DK. I mean, if it's PPR, I don't think I would swap Dobbins for Adams at the flex.
No.
So, all right. There you go. You got a good running back room, though, so be glad.
Yeah. And you got Adams and DK are your flexes?
Yeah. Spearsy 76 wants to know: would you drop either Brandon Cooks, Chase Brown, or Javonte Williams for Carson Steele?
You can drop Chase Brown for Carson. How is Carson Steele still out there? He's like one of the hottest waiver wire pickups this week. Yeah, you can drop Chase Brown for Carson Steele. Definitely.
Yeah, Chase Brown not involved enough. I mean, yeah, maybe he does something, but was looking. Someone was posting the stats on that backfield. Moss is basically out touching him over 2-1. It's basically Moss's backfield for the most part. And the running game hasn't even been that good. Devontae Blackstock needs a quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, 2 flex, and a tight end. Okay, Mahomes, Achane, Jacobs, Aaron Jones, Pollard, Javonte, Lamb, Nico, Jamo, Amari, Worthy, Pitts, and Likely. And then also saying he got offered Kittle for Likely. You got to
take that. Take that deal 100% and just wait for Kittle to come back. 100% take that deal. Smash accept.
Yes.
Okay, so you need 2 running backs. Achane, Jacobs are your running backs. 2 wide receivers, Lamb and Nico. It's PPR, 2 flex. I might go Jameson and Pollard as my flexes. Even though, like, I like Cooper, and I think Cooper could boom. I also understand that it could be another week of just frustration from Cooper where it's like, why is he not scoring? Like, he should be scoring fantasy points, but that doesn't help your team, right? Like,
right.
Expected fantasy points don't count. So I feel good enough about Jameson and Pollard this week with their upside that I feel like I don't need to risk it with Cooper. So I'm going to go Achane, Jacobs at running back, Lamb, Nico, wide receiver, and then Pollard, Jameson at flex.
Same thing for me. Talk about Pollard. Got him as a boom. Think he'll boom. There you go. Got a pretty good lineup there, and definitely take that trade like right now before he rethinks it. And seriously, after last week, people are still like, Likely league winner. Isaiah, got to have Isaiah Likely.
Well, he's healthy. Kittle isn't. Maybe he just needs a tight end this week.
Yeah. Okay. Throne Force. Demarcus Robinson or Terry McLaurin?
Man. Decisions we shouldn't have to be making, but here we are. I mean, they're both like, I don't want to just fall in the trap of like, oh my gosh, Demarcus Robinson is going to be the number 1 in the Rams offense. He's going to get all the targets. Like, maybe he will, maybe he won't. Maybe they'll just spread it around to 10 different dudes. You know what I mean? Like 10 different guys will catch a pass today or something. Like, you know what I mean?
Or maybe it's like last week and they scored 3 points or something.
Yeah, exactly. But also, what's the upside for Terry McLaurin right now? There's just no upside. So I might just gamble on DeMarcus Robinson.
I would just gamble here because it's not like Terry McLaurin has shown Okay, I should say. It's not like the Washington passing offense has shown much. It's not Terry's fault. Yeah, I would just take a chance on D-Rob. All right, Tron also wants to know, speaking of the Rams, would you consider trying to trade Cup? He was thinking of Cup and McConkey for Pickens and Bowers. Is that enough?
This is an interesting one.
It is. It is interesting. I mean, I'm assuming you need a tight end. I mean, I don't know who your tight end is. Bowers looking like he might be the tight end one at this point, but we'll see.
I might do this honestly. Like if Bowers is by far going to be your set and forget tight end, which I assume he will be. Like McConkey, what are we really going to see from McConkey this year?
Bench depth.
And sure, Cup might only miss a couple more games, but still, I mean, he's going to be coming back from an ankle injury, which we know can always affect guys. It's not like you just come back and you're fine all the time. Sometimes, yes, but not always. Also, Puka, not a season ender. Puka will be back at some point. I think I'm just taking Pickens and Bowers here. Just give me that tight end. I can just plug in my lineup. Like, you legit have an advantage at tight end that only only a handful of people in your league even have. So yeah, give me Pickens and Bowers.
Yeah, the thing is here, I would do it because of course I'm big on Pickens. You got to be big on Bowers. You really have to wonder with Cup is you're eliminating the risk that he comes back and he's not 100% or that he gets re-injured. We have to acknowledge there's definite injury risk. I mean, is anybody shocked that Cooper Cup got hurt already? This is exactly why some people are.
Yes.
This has never happened before. I mean, this is exactly why, I wasn't wanting to draft him in the third round. I wasn't completely off of him, but people got way too high on him late in the preseason, especially when Puka banged his knee up. Okay, yeah, Puka's hurt. Guess what? Cup is also hurt. It didn't help you. So anyways, I would do this. Yeah, I think this is good for you. Gabriel, worried about Higgins. But you got Mooney, Shakir, and Demarcus Robinson. Leaning towards Mooney. No.
Yeah, I mean, I know Mooney's coming off the big game, but you can't feel great about Mooney. Like, he's one of the all or nothing guy. I mean, I will say Shakir is the guy who I feel good about in the sense that I know Shakir is not going to kill me. Like, right? Like, he's not going to give me a 0.
Yeah.
But also, what is he going to give me? Like 10 points, 11 points, something like that. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe if your team is just absolutely stacked and you just don't want that 0, okay, maybe I go Shakir. But I want more upside than Shakir. I'm going Higgins here. I'm going Higgins,
and if I was worried about Higgins, I can't say I'm not at all. Look, if you don't want to take that chance, which I totally understand, then I would go to Demarcus Robinson. I doubt he gets you nothing because he has to get you something, right? They're going to throw. I think he's got to be the first read on most of these plays. I mean, he'll be the guy. So I think you can fire up Higgins if you're worried. If you want a floor, you can still go Shakir. I would go D-Rob. Let's see. We got Tone Neg. Start Kincaid, flex Bowers, or start Bowers and flex Najee or Pirine. Would you flex a tight end in this situation?
I mean, probably. Is it PPR? If it's PPR, sure. If it's non-PPR, I'd probably just start Bowers and flex Najee. But if it's PPR, I'll start the 2 tight ends and hope for the best.
Yeah, Najee just not much of a ceiling. Pirine, I seriously doubt Pirine goes off. So I would just go Kincaid. All right, how about Demarcus Robinson or Brian Thomas? This is Alexander's channel again.
Yeah, again, I think I'm just going Demarcus Robinson here. I mean, I got these guys in the same tier of they got upside, but they also have risk. Although I don't even know. I guess Brian Thomas has upside. I wonder if the upside is really what we think it is, but Because again, this is just such a Bills on the road. Look, at the beginning of the season, I thought, oh, Bills will be like a middle of the road defense. Their secondary is not going to be that good. This secondary is playing great.
They are.
I was definitely wrong on that. So I don't know. I probably just go DeMarcus Robinson here, but I don't think it's like a obvious D-Rob over Brian Thomas. Like I said, I have these guys in the same tier. Like they're kind of risky, but they kind of have upside. So, but for me, I'm going to go with DeMarcus Robinson.
Yeah, I'm still shooting for the upside with Robinson. I think Thomas is flex worthy this week if you need somebody with upside, but I think Robinson clearly has more value. Let's get this Cerulean Dog. I think
What's
he did
up?
drop the sticker yesterday, but didn't have a question. Okay, so here we go. Aaron Jones,
All right.
Jerome Ford.
Yeah, I'm still going to go Aaron Jones. So I checked. Yeah, full practice yesterday, so nothing to worry about there. I still have Aaron Jones kind of like a tier above Jerome Ford here. So going Aaron Jones.
Yeah, go Aaron Jones. See if he bounces back. Let's do. We're still going to super chats. Let's do a quick lightning round here of some non-super chats. We're gonna try to get to as many as we can without taking too much time. Let's do Edgar, Obed, Acuna, Martinez, Terry McLaurin, or roll the dice with Jordan Whittington.
Okay, this is too deep. I'm going Terry McLaurin here. I mean, again, I know we're doing lightning round, but for the Whittington truthers, 16% of the route so far, a -2 A dot, a -2 A dot. That's 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. A -4 total air yards, a 2% target share. Like the Rams are going to have to make a conscious decision. Like this guy is our number one wide receiver. Like he needs to make a massive leap in usage. So just give me Terry.
And this is why I'm still high on DeMarcus Robinson. I think he'll be the guy here. Whittington sure will be involved, but I'm going Terry. All right, what about Tavon Royster? JK or Ford?
I mean, you got to roll with Dobbins, right? You got to roll with Dobbins. You can't bench Dobbins at this point.
Got to roll with JK. All right. Dog boss. All right. Derrick Henry or T Higgins?
In PPR, T. If it's complete non-PPR, then I'll go Henry.
Right. Only if it's non-PPR, go Henry. Otherwise, it's T. And here's another one. Derek Gonzalez, T Higgins, or Singletary?
This is definitely T Higgins. I mean, what are we expecting? Even last week, Singletary against Commanders, he was good. That was Commanders. T.
I think even if it's non-PPR, I would still go T Higgins.
Yes.
Right.
I would too.
Andy Steele wants to know, can you drop Ladd to get Cam Akers?
Yeah, I think if you need Cam Akers this week, yeah, definitely. And look, they said now Mixon, remember it was like, oh, he's fine. It's not a big deal. Now they're saying he's probably going to miss weeks. So Cam Akers probably going to have value beyond this week.
Right. He's not just next man up. Remember, both the running backs, Mixon and Pierce, are hurt, and Mixon's going to be out multiple weeks. You might have a bell cow running back. So, yes, definitely do this. And then one more, Jacob Cervantes, Derek Carr, or Jaden Daniels?
I'm still going JD here for that rushing upside. I know Derek Carr's the current MVP, but Derek Carr also can become Derek Carr at any moment. I'm still going JD.
Got to go for that rushing upside. Let's go JD. All right, back to the super chats. Let's go with Deck. PPR start 2, Flowers, Olave, Dell, Harrison. Wow, got to sit 2.
Jeez. I mean, I think you can pretty comfortably sit Dell out of this group.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Harrison's coming off a huge game, and I know Olave's been disappointing, but I think Harrison's the other one I'm sitting just because, again, he's a rookie, right? We saw week 1, we saw week 2. Like it could be like a little bit of a bumpy ride here early. I mean, it's hard to sit any of these guys outside of Dell, honestly. I think if it's me, it's Harrison. But if you want to roll with Harrison and sit Olave, I'm okay with that too. Honestly, I'm okay if you want to roll Olave and sit Flowers. Like, really?
Yeah, I know, right? Dell's clearly the one that doesn't start here. I think if you want to go all upside, I love Olave this week. I would go Olave Harrison. If you want to just make sure you get, I mean, Flowers will obviously be involved. He could have a big game too. So, yeah. I don't know. Who's the one you feel the best about?
The one I feel the best about is probably Flowers or Olave. I mean, Flowers and Olave are probably the two I feel the best about, honestly.
Yeah,
we've seen 2 weeks in a row Flowers double-digit targets. I mean,
yeah. What else could you ask for?
And I do feel like the Olave explosion is coming. Like, so
yes. I like Olave best, and then let's go Olave and Flowers. There you go. Dr. Mike Mama needs a quarterback. Lawrence Fields, Watson, or possibly a slinging Sam Darnold.
I might just go Sam Darnold. I mean, Watson's not a bad play this week because he's at home against the Giants, but man, Watson has looked so bad. I know he ran in a touchdown last week, but if he doesn't run in that touchdown, like, what are you getting from Watson?
I mean,
Sam Darnold's actually been good, and he's got Jefferson. I might just go Darnold.
I think for fantasy, ironically, the one with the least upside is Fields because he's not running wild. He's not obviously throwing it deep that much. It's just too conservative. It's a bad matchup. I'm not going to play Fields here. Watson, I know it's actually a good matchup, but Watson has not been good. Really, he hasn't been good. And Lawrence really hasn't been good either, to be honest. So I might go Lawrence just in hopes that they have to throw the ball 50 times. But I think, again, this sounds really weird. Sam Darnold might be your safest play. All right, Dak with another one. Ford or Swift?
I mean, I would love to say Swift. He's getting the touches. He's got a great matchup, but I mean,
you can't
do it. It's got to be Ford.
It's got to be Ford. We have another special guest here. OGs are in the house. Dirty Dollar Bill.
What's up, Dollar Bill? What is up? I hope you're well, man. Hope you're doing good.
We're doing well. OG of OGs.
I think that was grammatically incorrect. Do you say I hope you're doing well? Doing good.
What? Doing good.
The correct grammar. Do you say I hope you're doing well or I hope you're doing good? What's the correct grammar there?
No, I think it's well.
Okay. Aren't you? What do you mean you think? You're a teacher. You should know this.
Yeah. All right. I know. You're definitely doing well. I know you should probably go Ferguson over Likely.
Yeah, I'm going Ferguson. He's healthy. He's good to go. Just give me Ferguson.
Pittman, Brian Thomas, or Odunze?
Oh man! Again, why does this even have to be a choice? I mean, how good can we feel about Pittman? Josh Downs back. It's not a great matchup for him against the Bears. He's banged up. But Brian Thomas again on the road against Buffalo, and I mean 2 catches last week. Like Odunze, I don't know. I probably still need to go Pittman here, but I don't like it.
Yeah, again, the whole Bears offense, we can't trust it just yet. So Odunze can sit. Brian Thomas maybe, but I would probably go Pittman as well. All right. See you later, Bill. Hope you are doing very well. And then Julio's in the house. Good morning. Do we think Kyron's role increases?
I don't know how his role can increase. This is why I don't understand. Like, I know Kyron hasn't had huge fantasy games yet. I mean, he's been fine. But he's getting 85% of the snaps, 70% of the attempts. He's running a route, 70% of the routes. He's got 40 expected fantasy points through 2 games. That's 20 points per game. That's pretty good. I don't know how. I mean, yes, it may increase, but it's already elite. His role is already like incredibly elite.
Right. It's
like
it's
I
not
think
like Blake
people
Corum
just look at the fantasy points and be like, he hasn't been that good. But the opportunities are there. Like, okay, maybe he won't be that good again this week because Rams offense, but his role is incredible.
Yeah, I will say maybe his role as a receiver increases out of necessity, but Kyron, you're still just starting him. If you got a Kyron, you should start him. Trigger Trey, JT, or Jordan Mason.
Just give me. Well, I don't know if this is start, sit, or trade. But in either case, give me JT.
Yeah.
JT rest of the season, JT this week.
Yeah, Mason's been great, but you can't sit JT. Ferguson or Kincaid? Full PPR.
I think I still got to go Kincaid. I know he's been disappointing, but Ferguson is coming back from injury, and look, it's still week 3. It's not time to give up on the guys we were higher on preseason. I mean, I was still higher on Kincaid than Ferguson, so I'm going Kincaid.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Kincaid here. What's really disappointing about Kincaid isn't just that he's not catching many passes; it's such a low A dot. I mean, they're barely using him more than just like a check down, basically near the line of scrimmage. I mean, why? This is exactly what I didn't expect, but we'll see. Richard Cranium, Ferguson or Parkinson?
Ferguson. Parkinson, even last week, just when I thought like, oh, this could be a good Parkinson week, just not getting involved. I mean, it seems like they're just having Parkinson block more than run routes, honestly. So let's go Ferg.
Yeah, go Ferg here. This is interesting. This name, Mall P Mall Cow. I don't know what that means. Would you consider Deontay Johnson more because of Andy Dalton? And he asked the question earlier: is this 16-teamer Juwan Jennings or Deontay Johnson?
Yeah, yes, good question. I'm just going to go Deontay Johnson here. I'm going to trust that Deontay Johnson is the number 1 wide receiver, and Andy Dalton will target him more. I like Juwan Jennings this week. I think Juwan Jennings is a good play if you need him, but also you can't ignore that there's risk here with Juwan Jennings. It's not like we know for sure that Juwan Jennings is just going to absorb all these targets because, Debo and Kittle are out. So I'll go Deontay here.
Exactly. I'll go Deontay. Really hoping this is the week. Busts out. NTY, welcome back. In a 10-team PPR league, here's the starting lineup. Got Baker, Nico St. Brown, James Cook, Jordan Mason, Tony Pollard, Gesicki, and the Bills. And then Moody. Got Shaheed and Connor on the bench. Any swaps to make here? I don't think so.
No. And yeah, I mean, it's tough benching Shaheed and Connor, but your running backs are good. Your wide receivers, you can't bench those wide receivers. You can't. And it doesn't look like you have a flex. Your league, it's a 10-team league with no flex. You guys don't even roll a flex. Man, that is a shallow league.
Well, I see 3 running backs. I guess I'm assuming Pollard is the flex. You just listed him.
Yeah, you're right. But yeah, okay, you're right. You're right. My bad. But I still go Pollard over those guys. I think Pollard has enough upside this week.
Yeah. I mean, last week I had Connor as a boom. This week I have Pollard as boom. So I'm okay swapping them out. Yeah, I think you're good. Joe Castles, always good. What's up, Joe? Who do you want all season in a deep league? Are you going Jordan Whittington or Devon Vele? Which, by the way, Joe had asked about Vele because he was hurt last week. I guess he's not hurt this week, so he's back.
Well, I mean, Vele did get more involved in week 1, but Whittington is on the Rams.
Right. Rams offense, Broncos offense.
I know, but also we are going to see Cooper Kupp back, and we are going to see Puka back, and there's probably, I mean, I say this probably because we don't know, but we're probably going to see at some point, and probably in the most important weeks of the season, meaning like weeks 10 and beyond, a healthy Puka and a healthy Kupp on the field at the same time, which means what is there really for everybody else at that point? Even DeMarcus Robinson, like what is really going to be the upside for him? So I don't know. So Vele he's healthy. I didn't see that. I mean, I guess maybe him. I guess.
I mean, I would say just right now, I mean, you really shouldn't need to be starting either of these guys rest of season. So I would just take the guy who I think right now could have a chance to blow up. That's Whittington. And then if Kupp and Puka both come back and okay, drop him. I mean, is anybody really picking up Vele? I don't think Vele is going to bust out. I mean, nobody in that Broncos offense is really fantasy relevant. So, yeah. All right, Julio wants to know here, going Xavier Worthy or DJ Moore?
I think I still got to go DJ Moore. I still got to go DJ Moore. I mean, Xavier Worthy's maybe this is the week where the Chiefs start to trust him more and expand his role. But I mean, his role is just basically like jet sweeps and go routes. That's it. And sure, he could always take a jet sweep to the house like we saw in week 1. He could always take a go route to the house like we saw in week 1. Or he could always not like we saw last week, and he gets you very, very little. So give me DJ Moore. Keenan's out again. He'll get the targets. You got to think that Bears offense is going to slowly but surely get better. Give me DJ Moore.
Yeah, I think with Keenan out, let's go DJ Moore. He'll get you something for sure. We have an appearance by the anonymous Vato. Not
What's
anonymous anymore. Now we know what AV stands for. Should I tell my opponent that he's starting Mixon? Nah, that's on him.
That's on him. And he played Ramondre. Oh my gosh, he might get 0 points from his running backs this week. That is brutal.
No, like I would really hope that's not the case. You're like, oh, one player was bad. That's it. I'm done this week. Like, okay, if that's how that guy rolls, then he's not going to win anything. So,
right.
Yeah. No, that's not your job to tell him his lineup. He should know. It's a competitive sport. Failures, no option. Okay, there you go. Swift or Jennings?
I mean, again, it should just be Swift. It's like the Colts have given up over 150 rushing yards in back-to-back weeks to one running back. Not like the whole team. Not like the Texans ran for 150 yards in the pack. No, Josh Jacobs and Joe Mixon have both gone for over 150 yards against the Colts. I remember everybody thought I got a league winner with Joe Mixon, or maybe you just got Joe Mixon week 1 against the Colts.
Right. Maybe the Colts are just that bad.
Oh man, why can't it just be Swift? Why couldn't he have just looked serviceable in the first 2 weeks, and then we're like, oh, roll Swift this week. Roll Swift.
Doesn't work that way. It's never easy. I don't know. PPR,
I guess that's why you guys are on. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Like, that's why you guys are on here asking questions.
Yeah.
If it was easy, you're not on here asking questions. You're like, oh, it's easy. I don't have to ask this question. Like, I don't know. You know what? I'm probably going Swift and hoping for the best. Because again, like, I don't feel like Jennings. Like, I don't feel like Jennings is any safer, and I don't know if he necessarily has more ups. I might just go Swift and gamble on those touches.
I don't know. Well, he is like a dice roll this week. He could have a big week, but man, this is just the offensive line is so bad. In full PPR, I think I'm going Jennings because I feel like he's going to get you something. Again, it's not just Debo, it's Kittle also. I feel like Jennings should be pretty solid. Henry Wynn. Bench Dobbins for Amari Cooper.
I mean, I cannot in good conscience tell you to bench J.K. Dobbins right now. And Amari Cooper, yes, there's a lot of signs pointing to an Amari Cooper boom. But that doesn't mean it's going to happen.
Right.
I think you just got to roll with Dobbins. I mean, look, you might regret this at the end of the day. Amari Cooper might go out there and have a 30-point game, and J.K. Dobbins might get shut down by the Steelers. I mean, those are very real possibilities. But also, J.K. Dobbins just might be him this year, and Cooper might just be stuck with Deshaun Watson this year. So, just going to go Dobbins.
I mean, I don't even feel like this is a great week for Dobbins, but I didn't feel like he was going to have a great week the first two either. So, yeah, I think you just have to go with Dobbins. We'll see what happens. Heart. Welcome. 12-team PPR has to bench one. London, Ridley, Cooper, Higgins.
It's between London and Ridley for me.
Well, I think for me, it's between London and Cooper because Cooper, of course, the risk that he does nothing again. So maybe that means it's London.
maybe London, because I feel like London doesn't have the upside. I just know you're higher on Ridley than I am. I'm looking at the Ridley numbers, and it just feels like Ridley is getting very lucky right now, to put it lightly. But maybe he keeps getting lucky. But what's London's ceiling right now? So maybe London. Yeah, maybe London's a bench here.
Yeah, I just don't love the matchup. London this week. Let's bench London here. Higgins, strong start. I think Ridley's fine. Cooper's got that upside. There you go. And yes, we'll definitely have a great Sunday because it's football day.
Yes.
All right. Before we get to it, we're about an hour in, and we're a little less than 2 hours from kickoff. So we're here. Try to answer as many of your questions as possible. If you weren't here at the very top of the stream, which I know a lot of you just joined in, got to tell you a couple of things. First of all, if you haven't yet, for some reason, tried Underdog, you should do it, because you can also, alongside watching your fantasy football team rack up points, you could rack up some cash by winning on these picks. You could do all sorts of NFL picks from every game, every team, offensive players, defensive players, yes, even kickers. They have all sorts of picks. And if you are new to Underdog, you get a free pick. It's Pat Mahomes going higher than 0.5 total yards. That's it. So if you haven't tried Underdog yet, sign up right now. You get this free pick, and you just have to make sure that when you do sign up, you use code ENDGAME, because that gets you that free pick. Also gets you, there's free picks for existing customers as well. I locked in my CeeDee Lamb, higher than 0.5 total yards the other day. They have bonuses. They have all sorts of things. So once you do sign up and have an Underdog account, it doesn't stop there. You do get that free new customer special, but you'll also continue to get some gimmies. So, of course, the biggest one here is the bonus cash. When you first sign into Underdog, your first initial deposit, you get a 50% deposit match up to $1,000. That's pretty good. So check it out. And also, of course, if you haven't for some reason tried DraftLane, that's our app. Underdog is our partner. DraftLane is us. This is me and Chris and I answering questions on the DraftLane app. So, for example, you didn't get your question answered here on the stream. Maybe the games have started. You got a question for the afternoon slate. Didn't get to ask it in the morning. It's a question you just thought of. Maybe it's tomorrow. You got a question for the Monday night game, but you're not going to be able to watch the live stream. Whatever it is. Maybe you have a question right now, but you don't want to use that super chat. Okay, I get it. You don't want to wait around. You can't. Use the app. You can use any single time you want. Download DraftLane. It's free. App Store, Play Store, free to download. And if you are new right now for a limited time, you're getting a $10 credit in your account. So you can basically get that super chat in offline for free. So again, it's really good. Had a lot of great feedback on it. Answer a ton of questions on the app. So if you haven't tried it yet, try DraftLane, and we'll be checking in on it as soon as we're done streaming here. But we do have to get to the rest.
I'm actually checking on it right now, because I know a lot of the questions are going to be start sits, and we're going to have to get them in. So if you do send a DraftLane request during the stream, I will. If you see me looking down, that's what I'm looking at. I'm checking my phone to make sure, because obviously it doesn't help if you ask a start sit question and we don't respond until after the game start.
True. All right, well, there you go. So he's not just checking Facebook. He's on the draft.
I don't even have Facebook. Screw that. I don't know how people have Facebook.
I know.
Let's not get on my Facebook rant.
All right. Let's get to Ramu, most loyal viewer. Ramu's always with us. What's up, Ramu? All right, League One. We need a receiver: Shakir, McLaurin, Christian Watson.
Cannot start Christian Watson until Jordan Love is back.
No.
I'd probably just go Terry here.
Yeah.
And just hope for some upside. I mean, look, Shakir could score a touchdown. But I mean, maybe Terry could score a touchdown here, or score a touchdown too. Like, I feel like Shakir is a fine floor play, but it's not like Terry has no floor. He had 6 catches for 22 yards. That's a floor, I guess. I'll go Terry.
Yeah, I would just go Terry here as well. League 2, wide receiver and a flex. Okay, so we got to sit one of either Evans, Flowers, or Neighbors.
I'm just sitting Neighbors.
Yeah.
Again, I mean, sure, maybe Evans gets shut down, but Neighbors could also get shut down not only by the Cleveland defense but by his quarterback. I'm going Evans and Flowers.
Yeah. Evans still a good start. Flowers too. So sit Neighbors. There you go, Ramu. Chris Moyer in PPR needs Sharps or B-Rob.
I'm going Brian Robinson. I feel good enough about him this week. I feel like he just gives me more upside than Charbonnet. Again, Charbonnet, I feel like is one of those guys. He's fine. He won't kill you. But I just feel like the upside is very limited with Charbonnet just because he just doesn't, for whatever reason. Like I liked Charbonnet as a prospect too. I'm really surprised he hasn't been better when given his opportunities. Not like he's been bad, but he's just been kind of okay, right? He's okay. So give me Brian Robinson.
Yeah, last year when Walker was out and this year so far, this is why you drafted Charbonnet. This was like golden opportunity, and you just haven't done that much. So without a touchdown, Sharps is kind of disappointing. I think Robinson has touchdown upside. Just go Robinson. Mark Bone, full PPR, super flex. Got Hurts and Dak. That's good. Zamir White and Ford. Flowers, JSN, Sutton, McBride. 3 flex. Got D-Rob, Brian Thomas, Jordan Mason. On the bench are those guys. Any swaps here?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Like Foreman, if I knew he was getting the touches again, maybe because it's the Giants, but I'm not convinced he's getting those touches again. Bigsby, Spears can't do it. Josevich, maybe if Higgins was out, but even then, you're just gambling on touchdowns here. So yeah, leave it as is.
Yeah, with the that question we had earlier, it was I think a standard league, and like he had Josevich and then Sutton. We're like, let's go with Sutton. I could see Yoshi maybe scoring a touchdown instead of Sutton, but this is full PPR. I think with T back, you just got to go Sutton. Yeah, so you're good. You're good, Mark. Joe Castles wants to know Moss or Akers.
This is actually close. This one's close. Because it's not a great spot for Akers this week. Both these guys are going to get the touches.
I mean, Moss definitely has a better matchup on paper.
Yes.
I don't know.
Like I have both these guys, what I call like they're startable. But Moss just a much better matchup this week. But I don't know. My gut is telling me Akers, but I feel like that's just because Moss hasn't done anything so far.
That's true.
I guess go
because you know I'm going to say Akers anyway. So
yeah, go Akers, I guess. But this is really close, honestly. It's probably going to come down to like, does either of them score?
Right. For matchup, of course, matters. Game scripts. For running backs, I lean towards touches. Who I think is going to get more usage. I think it's got to be Akers. So, yeah, it's close, but I would go Akers. Rasan Lewis, Jameson Williams, or Drake London.
I'm honestly just going Jameson Williams.
Yep.
Jameson Williams, like his usage has been better than Drake London's this year. So, and he's got the better matchup against the Cardinals. I'm just going Jameson.
Yeah, I definitely don't feel great about Drake London this week. Last week we thought, it's a pretty good spot, and he barely did anything because of the very end of that last drive. Going against the Chiefs, not too great. I'm going Jameson Williams for sure. Earth Eater, flexing Tank, Worthy, or JSN.
Just give me JSN here. These are all guys who are kind of feel boom bust. Although maybe JSN will pull out of the boom bust category this week if he has another nice game. But JSN's the one that's most involved. So give me JSN.
Definitely going JSN here, and then flex Moss, DK, or Ford. Let's go.
Definitely DK. I feel like he's probably 2 tiers above these guys. Give me DK.
Yeah, this is PPR. It's like no brainer. I gotta go DK.
Even in non-PPR, I'd probably go DK.
Well, that's true. With these running backs, yeah, just go both Seahawks receivers. You'll be fine. Mr. Trail Mix. All right, like cousin to Mr. Peanut. Purdy or Geno?
I do like Geno this week, but I think I'm still going Purdy, even with everybody out, because it's the Rams defense. It's the Rams defense. They're terrible, and he's still got Shanahan. Like it's not like oh, he's got nobody. He's still got Ayuk. He's still got Shanahan. He's got Jordan Mason. Like they'll still be a good offense. I feel like so. I'm going Purdy.
This is where I might be. I don't know. It is a very good matchup, right? The Rams defense has been horrible, and who knows what their offense is going to look like. I'm a little worried that Purdy just isn't going to have that ceiling, though, without the weapons. You know what I mean? I think he'll be fine. I like Geno this week. I really think they put up, because they were very pass-heavy last week without Kenneth Walker. I think it's the same thing this week. I'm not worried about the Dolphins on defense. So this is really close between the two. I feel like Purdy's more of a floor play. Geno, maybe a slightly higher ceiling. I might lean Geno, but this is really close. We got one from Germany. Not the first time, probably not the last time. Mellow Inc. All right, this is interesting. Asking Hill, I'm guessing Tyreek Hill or Drake London. He was already going with JMO and Harrison. We got to start Tyreek Hill at least.
Yeah, you got to start Tyreek Hill, especially over London. It's not like you could be super excited about London. I know the fantasy points were decent last week, but again, it was all on that final 2-minute drive, and this was a great matchup against the Eagles secondary. So you still got to go Tyreek Hill.
Right. Like, I'm worried about the Dolphins. I'm not that worried. You still need to start Tyreek Hill. Now, this is still also 0-2 Moat, Waddle, or I think Tyler Johnson.
Yeah, I can't bench a guy like Waddle. I know he's got Skylar Thompson. I know there is risk, but we can't just assume, like, that Tyler Johnson is going to step into this, much expanded role and that the Rams offense is going to be so good. So I'm just still going Waddle here.
Yes, definitely going Waddle here. All right, Jordan Olson, a very tough kicker question. 50-50 on Jake Elliott or Chase McLaughlin.
Okay, real talk. I don't even know who Chase McLaughlin kicks for.
So does that mean Elliott?
I guess so.
I think McLaughlin is now with the Bengals, if I'm right. Let's see. Eagles at the Saints. It's in a dome. Yeah, go Elliott. Turtle Trolls. Okay. Deep League Flex Lockett, Josh Reynolds, or Justice Hill. This is kind of deep.
I might just go Josh Reynolds. Honestly, I mean, if we're expecting JSN to continue breaking out, that means Lockett's going to continue to take a back seat. And I know Josh Reynolds, like, he doesn't excite you, but I mean, you look at Josh Reynolds this year. I mean, he's been involved. He's been involved, right? He's got a 17% target share. That's okay, I guess. 143 air yards. I think I prefer him. Like, you look at Tyler Lockett this year. He's at 11% target share.
Yeah,
terrible. Go
for Josh Reynolds. It's true. He's been surprisingly involved. It's not a terrible matchup. So there you go. Isaiah Leon. Which two? Connor Charbonnet or Kyron?
I'm going Kyron and Connor. I know it's a tough matchup for Connor this week, but I mean, again, Charbonnet is fine. I don't think I can bench Connor for Charbonnet, though. Connor's been so good. He's involved so much in that offense. I'm going Kyron and Connor.
Yeah, Kyron for sure. I mean, he's still pretty much a must start. It's not a bad matchup for Connor. He's just better than Charbonnet. There you go. Duke. Carr, Stroud, JD, or Baker? I mean, Stroud is still pretty much just a set and forget, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm not. I know Stroud hasn't been great, but this is what you get with Stroud. This is what you get with the non-running QBs. Like when they're not lighting it up for 300 yards and multiple touchdowns, you're just going to get good games from them. But he hasn't been bad. Just keep rolling with Stroud.
Yeah, I think you just take what Stroud can give you. It's very tempting to start Derek Carr, but and then I'm really wondering why you have four. Like, are some of these guys on waivers? Like, you have four quarterbacks to choose from.
Yeah, I'm going to hope he's got Stroud and Daniels and Baker and Carr still on waivers.
Yeah,
I'm going to hope.
Yeah. All right, Elber, 10-man full PPR acquired Jonathan Taylor for J.K. Dobbins this week.
I think that's got to be a win. I mean, it can't be a loss. It can't be a loss. At worst, if J.K. Dobbins just does this all year, it's like, okay, it was an even trade at worst, right? At best, it's a huge win.
I really honestly wonder what's the mindset of the person who's like, okay, well, I have Jonathan Taylor, but I can get J.K. Dobbins now. It's like, what?
I mean, what
is the thought process there?
I mean, I can't say I know for sure exactly what the thought process is because obviously I'm not the person that did this trade. But my guess is the thought process is J.K. Dobbins has 43 fantasy points and Jonathan Taylor has 26, so I'm getting the better player. Because that's how most
tunnel vision, people, right? It's like
that's how most people think.
What has happened?
That's how
what happened.
Good percentage of people think.
Yeah, like what happened today. That's exactly what's going to happen forever.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now I really have questions about this. Kamara, Gibbs, Derrick Henry, and Jonathan Taylor. He says he only has space for 3 of these. How is that possible?
Maybe now it's time to trade one of these running backs for a wide receiver. I think it's got. I think it. But look, this is not a bad. If you can start 3 of these guys, this actually isn't a bad problem to have. But this week, go Kamara, Gibbs, JT.
But how do you only have space for 3? But anyway, we don't have time to get into that. I have a lot of questions here. But anyways, yes, I'll agree with that. Just I guess trade one. Swagger Jones, Geno or Carr?
I think you got to go Carr. Let's go with the MVP. Let's continue to chase that. Maybe this is the week again. There could always be that week. There's gonna be that week where Derek Carr throws 3 interceptions and is screaming at Rashid Shaheed or something. But until that happens, let's roll with Derek Carr.
He's got the matchup. I like Geno this week, but I do like Carr a little bit more. Tyson Alou, Kelsey are likely. I mean,
still got to go Kelsey.
Yes, you got to go. All right, next super chat goes to nobody yet because it's to Suzanne B. That's that YouTube membership. So needs an RB2, Singletary, Akers.
I'm gonna go Akers here. Again, these are kind of like similar-ish guys. Like we know they're gonna get all the touches in their backfield. They don't have great matchups, but give me the guy in the Vikings offense, not the guy in the Giants offense.
There you go. All right, and then let's do Terrell Nelson, D-Rob, McLaurin, Shakir, Najee, Worthy. Just one.
Yeah, again, I'm probably going to Marcus Robinson here. I mean, he could certainly be a trap. He could definitely be a trap. But how good can we feel about the rest of these guys? I mean, there's going to be another week here. Maybe it's this week where Xavier Worthy catches a long touchdown or whatever, and then everybody's like, oh, just like after week 1, oh, you got to start Worthy. There's just too much upside. But it could also be another, right? It could also be another week where he doesn't and he gives you almost nothing. So let's just go D-Rob here and gamble on him.
Yeah. League winner. Worthy's going to be a league winner. But I'm going D-Rob. I'm betting on that upside. Yeah.
Right, we just got our first couple big reports. Jordan Love officially out and Justin Herbert officially in.
All right. I mean, good for him. Not starting him in fantasy still. But... All right. Beast, Higgins or Shakir? It's got to be Higgins.
Got to be Higgins. Chase that upside with Higgins.
Definitely Higgins. All right. Ray Castro, Baker or Dak? 0-2 because I kept Baker on the bench. That's probably not the only reason.
Yeah, I can't imagine that's the only. I mean, look, Baker week 1, maybe you would have won your matchup with Baker in week 1 because he went off. But last week Baker was just like okay. I mean, he was better than Dak,
good.
sure, but I mean, he was just okay. I'm still rolling with Dak. He's at home. It's the Ravens. This could be a shootout. Give me Dak.
Yeah, Baker this week. It's Broncos, which, they're horrible, but more horrible on offense than defense. It's not like a smash spot for him. So go Dak. Dylan, Matos, Flex, Javante, Pickens, Worthy, Amari.
I'd probably just go Pickens here. I mean, it's between Pickens and Amari, but I'd probably just go Pickens. I feel better about Pickens, but these guys feel very similar to me, right? Like the opportunity is there, but the results haven't been. I'll go Pickens barely.
I'll go Pickens.
Oh, dogs are barking. Dogs are barking. All right, we got KC or Raiders defense. KC against Falcons. I mean, that's not bad at home. But I'd probably just go Raiders against Andy Dalton. I'm not worried like all of a sudden that like with Andy Dalton, the Panthers are going to be like this high scoring, overpowering offense. Like Andy Dalton can still throw interceptions. He can certainly still get sacked 3 or 4 times by Max Crosby. I'll just go Raiders.
Yeah, go Raiders here. I mean, obviously this would have been a much better streaming defense if Bryce Young was the quarterback, but yeah. All right. Kansas City.
All right, by the way, we did just get word that just because we had that question, Devon Vallée is inactive. He suffered a broken rib in the opener, so yeah, he might be inactive for a while.
Yeah, I thought he was hurt. I knew he was hurt last week, but okay. So there you go.
So I think that was Joe. Was that Joe who asked that question, or was it pick up Whittington? Don't pick up Vallée. He's got a broken rib. Pick up Whittington. Yeah.
There you go. All right. Mark Hoffman, JSN, or Amari Cooper?
Okay, just give me JSN. Why risk it with Cooper when you got JSN? I mean, look, JSN far from a sure thing, right? I mean, but if what we saw last week is a precursor for what we're going to continue to see, then you're going to want JSN. Just go JSN.
Go JSN. Exactly. And then drop likely for Deontay Johnson if you already got Ferguson. Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. And again, hoping you didn't spend too much to get likely. I understand. Look, you needed him because you had Ferguson who was hurt. So that was totally good pickup. Just hope you didn't spend too much.
Yeah, what I really hope is that people didn't spend a ton of fab or use their like number 1 waiver claim on likely in week 1.
It happens every year. Whoever goes off in week 1, probably not worth it. Flex, Neighbors, JSN, or Higgins?
I'm going Higgins, but well, actually, no. I do this every time. Every time we get the JSN Higgins question, I always say Higgins right away, and then I'm like, wait a minute. And then I changed my mind to JSN. Because why risk the T Higgins experience when you can just roll with JSN, who I think has just as much upside and might be a little safer. So just go JSN.
Exactly. Going JSN here. Look, Higgins, for the most part, a strong start. But with JSN, I think you have to keep him locked in there for the most part. Speaking of risk, I do understand this question. William Grimes, Mike Evans or J.K. Dobbins?
I'm not benching Evans. I mean, maybe if it's non-PPR. But look, Evans is still a very strong start, even in non-PPR, because this guy can catch a long touchdown at any point in the game. But yeah, I'm still going Evans personally.
Agreed. And look, for the most part, when you're talking RB2 types, where J.K. Dobbins kind of resides here or should reside, he's not in the Jonathan Taylor tier for me personally yet. But he's a strong start as a running back. But Mike Evans, look, maybe he doesn't have his greatest game. I don't feel like J.K. Dobbins should have a great game this week anyways. Going against that Steelers defense on the road, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Maybe we're wrong on him again. All right, Prodigy. Lost Debo and A.J. Brown. Needs a running back, a receiver, and a flex. Got Dobbins. Okay. Got Jennings. Got Akers. Deontay, Singletary. Wright, Naylor, Whittington.
All right. Well, Dobbins here has to be your RB1.
Yeah.
I'm still going Deontay as my wide receiver one over a guy like Jennings or Whittington or Wright or well, I guess Wright's not a wide receiver, or Naylor. So Deontay will be my wide receiver one. I think I'm flexing Akers. He'll get the touches. He'll have chances. So I think I'm going Dobbins, Deontay, Akers.
Yeah, this is a case where exactly what I'm talking about. With these running backs, Dobbins, lock him in. Akers right there. He's next. And then it's Deontay, Jennings. We've had this discussion before. Feel good enough about Deontay. Let's go Deontay. He's the clear number one receiver in this offense. Jennings will be the 2, and he's only the 2 by default. I think Jennings is a flex option for sure, but prefer Deontay and Akers. Felix, LeBron. London or Akers?
Well, if it's PPR, I'm going London here. If it's non-PPR, then I'll put Akers in. Again, I don't feel like either of these guys have a massive ceiling this week. I feel like they're fine starts. So in PPR, give me the wide receiver, and non-PPR, give me the running back.
I could be wrong. I feel like Akers might have a slightly higher ceiling if he has a big game, but yeah, if it's PPR, London is a little safer. If it's half or standard, I'm going Akers. Then next is God over everything. All right. Good morning. Pittman or Ridley?
Yeah, I'll just reluctantly go Ridley here. At least he has some upside. I mean, the underlying numbers aren't great for Ridley, but hey, whatever. It's working right now. Let's go Ridley.
I mean, if we felt better about Pittman, maybe, but yeah, you can't. I'm going Ridley. Johnny Camarena, pick 2. Collins, Jason, Worthy, Ridley.
Got to start Collins. He's an absolute must. And then I'm going to go JSN here. I feel like the last 3 are kind of like high upside with risk, but JSN's the one I feel the best about. So Collins and JSN.
Yeah. Here you can very rightfully sit Ridley because Collins is a must start. JSN is a strong start. 7 up. Make 7 up yours. Plagued with injuries, half PPR. Rome Odunze, Romeo Dobbs.
Just go with Odunze. I cannot start a wide receiver with Malik Willis. I mean, look, maybe Dobbs. Because, I mean, last week, didn't Wicks score a touchdown somehow? Maybe Dobbs somehow gets the touchdown this week if they even get a receiving touchdown.
Right.
But this is a tougher matchup, right? Titans, this secondary is pretty good, so.
I mean, Dobbs actually got some yardage last week, 62 yards for what that's worth. I mean, it's not much of a ceiling, but what's Odunze's ceiling?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going on Odunze, but yeah.
Yeah. This is tough both ways. Bears, the Colts. I don't know. Flip a coin. I don't know. Might go. Nah, I don't even know. Where are you going? You're going Odunze?
Yeah, Odunze. But I mean, I don't know if at the end of the day you're gonna like really be kicking yourself. Like, I don't know if this is the decision that's going to make or break your week this week, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, take a shot on Odunze, I guess. All right, 7 up. Good luck. Do you remember that, by the way, that ad campaign when he said "Make 7 up yours"? Is that guy?
I don't remember that one.
Can't remember what his name was. As a comedian, and he made it like a sign, and it said "Make 7," and on the back it said "Up yours." He was walking down the street, and he was like, hey, and everyone's like flipping him off. It was pretty funny. I do remember, of course, Shellback Toy Rewind, your stop for all Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle antique merch.
Man, are they antiques now? Are we that old? They're already Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are already antiques. Oh, dang.
We are. There was a thing on on Twitter, I guess. the Tampa Bay Bucks rookie class. They asked them like, what is this? And they show them like a VHS tape, and they're like, I don't know, is that a CD? It's like, seriously, I'm not even kidding. They're showing a floppy disk. They're like, oh, that's some sort of like a thing that like takes pictures. Like,
that's it, guys. It was fun. I'm gonna go jump off a bridge now.
yeah.
Peace out.
We are old. All right, in standard, Gibbs or Achane?
I mean, you can only start one of these guys.
I know, right?
I think it's got to be. I think you got to go. I mean, I can't say like with confidence one guy over the other, but Achane getting so many touches in that backfield. He even gets goal line carries. Raheem Mostert out again. Go right. Achane. Go Achane.
I think that's the difference. Is Mostert's out, Monty's still there. Monty gets touchdowns, so just go Achane. But why can't you start them both? Mike Daniels, right. Pick 2, Henry Etienne, JMO DK in PPR.
Man. I think you have to start DK. And then it's close between Jameson and Etienne for me. But I think in PPR, I'll lean slightly to Jameson Williams. He's got a good matchup against the Cardinals this week. I do really like Etienne, though, this week. The Bills give up a lot of receiving to running backs, and I really think the Jags are going to have to throw a lot, which means probably a lot of receptions for Etienne. He could always score. DK and Jameson, but man, it's so close between Jameson and Etienne for me.
Yeah, and again, if these are like your flex options, I'm guessing this is like an 8-team league, but I'm going to lean towards those receivers in PPR. So here we go. This one, we've got to help Blessed Byerly. All right. Having a hell of a time picking between Kyler Murray or Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow gets the Commanders, but Kyler Murray is Kyler Murray.
That is tough this week, and it wouldn't surprise me if Burrow outscores Kyler Murray, but that rushing upside just gives Kyler Murray such a nice, high, safe floor to go with also a very high ceiling. So as much as I like Burrow this week, I still got to go Kyler.
Yeah, and look, it's Burrow Commanders. Of course, got to love Burrow, but Kyler gets the Lions. That's a pretty good matchup, too. I think you have to keep Kyler in there. He's been so good so far. All right, Whiskey T, guessing the T stands for Tango. Foxtrot.
Yes.
From Canada. All right. Bijan or Evans, these are flex choices.
I mean, I don't know why you're nervous about Bijan. I know, again, Bijan has not had that huge game yet, right? He hasn't gone off yet, but he's literally gotten you. I mean, I don't know what scoring said in this, but he's gotten you 16 points each of the first 2 games. Like, his floor is maybe one of the highest floors in all of fantasy football, to be honest. And we just haven't seen the ceiling yet. It's okay. It's week 2. Like, some of these guys that we've seen their ceiling, we're not going to see their ceiling. And some of these guys we will see their ceiling. Like, you know what I mean? So in this case, because Evans might get shut down by Surtain, go with Bijan.
Right. You have reason to be nervous about Evans, but really no reason to be nervous about Bijan. Again, how is Bijan a flex? I really wonder who are your number 1 and 2 running backs then. Go with Bijan. You got to start Bijan. Big Root. Charbonnet or T Higgins?
Higgins in full PPR, definitely. I mean, Charbonnet, if you're like, hey, I don't want to risk it, I just want like my safe points. Okay, fine, go Charbonnet. But I want that upside of Higgins.
Yeah, let's shoot for the upside here. Go Higgins. Stark Jeter, morning. Going Strange over Gesicki.
Yes, Strange over Gesicki.
Yep. Black Bag is back. Ford or Zamir White available in my league. Are you going? I guess you could just pick up Zamir White, but you're sticking Ford in there.
I mean, I would want to pick up Zamir White, but I wouldn't want to drop Ford for him. Like, you don't have anybody else on your bench you could drop for him. But I mean, I guess maybe if Zamir White's out there, maybe Ford is like, maybe this is a shallow league. So, but I think I still prefer Ford. He's getting the touches. we still haven't seen Zamir get the touches.
Yeah, it's like maybe this is the week for Zamir. He actually gets a lot of touches and does something with them, but it's still a maybe. So I think I gotta lean still forward. I think Zamir's startable if you really want to shoot for the moon, only if you have to. All right, Dan Plant. Dan's got a 10-team PPR league. He unfortunately broke his TV because of Hunter Henry. That's unfortunate. So should you rage drop him or
Yes.
hold him?
You know what's really frustrating? That you can't rage drop a guy after he's played until after the like. I think fantasy sites should allow you to like you still get his points,
Mm-hmm.
but you should be able to click the drop button so your whole league sees that you have dropped this guy. So after Monday's game, he's dropped. Like, sure, he stays in your lineup because you started him, but you should be able to rage drop him right after the game if you want. Like, why not? Why can't I rage? Because by the time Monday comes around, like it's not a rage drop ananymore. It's like, yeah, get out of here, you bum. But the rage is gone, right? You should be. Who's with me? You should be able to rage drop this guy. But yeah, Hunter. This is a cautionary tale of streaming tight end, right? Is like, guy has a big game one week, doesn't mean he's going to do it the next week. Yeah. I mean, you don't need to hold Hunter Henry.
No, it's a 10-team league. Again, probably you have Henry because one of your tight ends is hurt, like in Joker or something. I mean, deep breaths are always recommended, but you could still also rage drop him. So let's say both in this case. And by the way, I'm wondering what kind of shoe you have that just instantly broke the TV. Either that, you got a really good throw. All right. If we do this, okay, so Chris, if we ever make our own fantasy platform, rage drop definitely going to be an option.
Yes,
I agree with that. Roberto Lopez in standard. Rashad White or Godwin?
Oh man,
God, I know it's standard, but you have to start Godwin. He could go off this week. I got to start Godwin.
Yeah, probably still got to start Godwin.
Yeah. Do I trade DJ Moore and Tank Dell for T Higgins and Jaden Reed?
Honestly, I might do this because T Higgins is supposedly back and healthy, and Jaden Reed should hopefully have Jordan Love back next week. So, yeah, just give me Higgins and Reed.
Yeah, this is an interesting deal here. Dell and Reed are kind of similar situations, right? They're in loaded receiver rooms. Dell is one of 3. Reed is one of, I guess, 4. I think they're pretty comparable. It pains me, but maybe have to say T Higgins over DJ Moore based on the offense right now. So I think you can do that. I mean, I guess I would say if you're going to do that, you might as well do it right now if you can, so you can start T Higgins. Not that you want to start Jaden Reed today, though. All right, Senor Rojo. Is it safe to drop Chase Brown? Yes. For Jalen Wright?
Sure. I don't. Yeah, sure.
I need one Ford, Whittington, or Keon.
I'm gonna go Ford again. I'm not fully convinced that Jerome Ford is gonna get more carries than. Or I'm sorry, I'm not fully convinced that Deontay Foreman is going to get more carries than Jerome Ford this week, and it's a good matchup against the Giants. Give me Ford.
Yeah, I think that's fine. At least you know he'll get you something. Jordan Whittington, I mean, maybe is the next Cooper Kupp. Maybe not. I mean, look, you really feel like you need this upside. Maybe you started Hunter Henry and Ramondre Stevenson or something. Okay, fine, but just go forward. Last minute moves. Burrow, Hall, Etienne, Smith, JMO, DJ Moore to flex, Fields, Dobbins, Ford, Dell, Higgins.
In PPR, I'm flexing Higgins. I'm not starting Dobbins over. Well, you already started Hall, I'm sure, obviously. And I'm not starting Dobbins over Etienne, so. But I'll put Higgins in over DJ Moore at the flex.
Yeah, there you go. DJ Moore is fine, but go for the upside of Higgins. So that's it. Flex Higgins. Everything else looks good. And then we got Silver 22. All right. Packers or Raiders? Defense.
I think Raiders are probably your safer bet. Because again, I'm not worried about this Panthers offense suddenly becoming one of the best offenses in the NFL. But I think Green Bay has more upside because Will Levis can always do Will Levis things. So I probably go Green Bay because I want my defense to have a little more upside. Like, I don't just want like 6 points for my defense. I want to try to get a defense that can get like a pick six because, Will Levis does a no-look over-the-shoulder pass to the defensive lineman at the 5-yard line or something. So give me Green Bay.
Yeah, I wonder if he can top himself in the last 2 weeks. Did you see the thing? Was it Virginia Tech yesterday? The guy, it was very Will Levis-esque. He was in the end zone, and for some reason, he was going down. He threw it. He literally threw it backwards, like toward the stands. He went like this, to the back of the end zone. Like,
at least it was towards the stands and not like. At least he didn't just like give it to like the defense. Like, here you go.
Well, I guess that's true. It could have been worse. Yeah, go Packers here. Dowdle or Eckler?
Got to be Eckler. Can't start Dowdle.
All right, Kevbo, Downs, Tolbert, McLaurin.
Yeah, I mean, I know Terry's been bad, but look, Downs first game back from injury. Tolbert, we've seen one game where he was involved and one game where he wasn't. We don't really know here. I can't put these guys over Terry, even for as bad as he's been. I'm still going Terry.
Yeah, because at the very least, Terry is still clearly the number one receiver for his team. Downs is what, 2, 3, maybe. Tolbert, definitely not number one. Nah, let's just go Terry. Mr. Rivers is back. Got 2 of these: Monty, Moss, Akers, Kyron.
I think. Well, Kyron is the must. Kyron is still a must for me. Again, the opportunity is so high for Kyron. And then I think I still got to go Monty. I mean, maybe this is the week where he doesn't find the end zone and you're like, darn it, why did I start Monty? But he's in that Lions offense. Kyron and Monty.
Yeah, I think you could take the short things here with Monty. I mean, there's no guarantee Akers finds the end zone, right? We don't know. So Kyron and Monty is fine. Hawks Cards. Jameson Williams, or Dell, or Worthy.
Yeah, just give me Jameson.
Flex and receiver. So do we need 2 of these?
Okay, give me Jameson and I mean these guys both like are very, very similar. In fact, I think when I looked at it, I think they almost have like the exact same. Like if you look at Dell and Worthy, or maybe no, Dell's usage is better than Worthy. I'll take that back. I don't know. I probably go Dell.
Jameson's the must. Dell or Worthy is close. Yeah. I think Dell, better offense. Just kidding. No, I go Dell. Jacob Schoolfield. Full PPR flex, Drake London, JK, Brian Robinson.
I mean, I guess just roll J.K. Dobbins, right? I mean, it wouldn't shock me if J.K. Dobbins scores the least amount of points of all 3 of these guys, but how do you bench J.K. Dobbins right now?
I know. I normally would say the receiver, but I just don't feel great about Drake London this week. I might just go with J.K. Dobbins and see what happens. Smoking Jays. Demarcus Robinson, Jaden Reed.
It's got to be Demarcus Robinson this week. Jaden Reed with Malik Willis. I can't do it. I can't start any Packers wide receivers. Like maybe Jaden Reed takes an end around to the house, or maybe he takes a wide receiver screen and breaks a tackle and goes to the house. He can always do that, but is that really what you want to bank on? Give me Robinson.
Yeah, Jaden Reed did, if I remember, nothing last week. Like, yeah, absolutely nothing. Go with Demarcus Robinson. All right. Bo Spam. JMO, Shaheed, Waddle, Steele. We need 2 in full.
I think Jameson's a must here. I might just go Shaheed over Waddle. These guys are both in what I call like the risky with upside kind of tier here, but I mean, this could be the week. I mean, there's gonna, it very well could be the week where Shaheed does not catch a 70-yard touchdown. But it is the Eagles secondary, so it could be a week where he does it again. And Waddle with Skylar Thompson. Just give me Shaheed. Shaheed and Jameson.
Yeah, and then how great can you feel about Waddle catching a 50-yard touchdown with Thompson?
Not
So,
yeah.
J-Mo and Shaheed. J-Mo and Shaheed it is. Dicer 007. Good morning. Would you go Kyron or Jameson?
I mean, I still got to go Kyron here. And like you said, with all the riders, what if it just ends up being Kyron Williams gets like 8 targets? Just eight dump offs. Give me Kyron.
Yeah, Kyron should definitely be involved. Jameson, great upside. Tough choice, but go Kyron here. Ivan Garcia, Derrick Henry, Zach Charbonnet.
I think, crazily enough, Charbonnet gives you the higher floor because it's PPR and he'll actually catch passes. That Cowboys run defense has not looked good. Henry could definitely score. Oh, man, this is very close, actually. It's very close this week. I don't know. I don't think I'm ready to bench Henry for Charbonnet just yet. I think I still go Henry.
I still consider Henry. I mean, it depends on your league, right? Pretty much just a set and forget because he could actually score a touchdown every single week. I'm still starting Henry here. If Charbonnet looked better, maybe I'd think about it, but I'll go Henry. Glenn Marlett, Anthony Richardson, or Jaden Daniels. I still can't get over. There's so many teams that have these two exact same quarterbacks on the same team, right?
I know. I think a lot of people took like Anthony Richardson and then grabbed Jaden Daniels as like Anthony Richardson insurance, but
you got the same guy.
Do you need Jaden Daniels insurance too, just in case he gets hurt? I still got to go Anthony Richardson over JD.
Right. I'm going Anthony Richardson too. Look, Commanders aren't really scoring a lot of touchdowns. Let's see it first. HB Smith, Aaron Jones, Cooper, or JSN?
Again, just go JSN here. I think he's got just as much, maybe not just as much upside as Cooper, but maybe just as much upside as Cooper, and feels like he's less risky. So just go JSN.
Exactly. Going JSN, assuming this is PPR. Even if it wasn't, I think I would still just go JSN here. A couple of reminders. We're getting close to the 2-hour mark, but first of all, should go without saying, but it doesn't. Clearly, spamming the chat doesn't work. It gets you put in timeout. And of course, let's all be nice to each other. We're here for entertainment, fantasy football. It's just for fun. All right. Catching up on some of these very interesting conversations, side conversations. Charles Fredu, standard or Olave?
I know it's standard. And I know I generally prefer running back and standard, but I think I still got to go Olave here. I do feel like this is the week. This Eagles secondary. Maybe this isn't the week where the Saints have 40 points in the first 3 quarters and they only have to throw it 15 times. I'm going Olave.
I'm definitely going Olave. I feel like this could be his breakout week finally. And Olave's not one of those receivers who depends on that heavy volume, right? Where he's going to catch 5, 6, 7 passes. He'll get that one big chunk play, that touchdown. Olave for sure. Dill, half PPR. Needs 2 of these guys. Naylor, Foreman, Dobbs, Reynolds, Downs. Getting deeper.
Crazily, Naylor might be the one I feel like the best about. Like, he's the one I feel like has the upside.
Yeah.
As crazy as that sounds. So I think Naylor for sure. I mean, I would say Foreman if I felt good that he was going to get those amount of carries again, because again, it is the Giants, but I do worry. Dobbs could score. Randall Downs coming back from injury. You never know. You don't know, like, if Dobbs is gonna. I mean, if Downs is gonna be out there like a ton of snaps or not.
It's not a great matchup either. That Bears defense.
It's half PPR. I might just go Naylor and Foreman. Hope Foreman gets involved again. It is the Giants. He could rack up yards. He could score. Naylor and Foreman, I guess.
Yeah, Naylor's the one for me. I mean, none of these guys are getting a ton of catches, right? So it's like, who has touchdown upside? Like you said, Reynolds been involved, but chances to score in that Broncos offense, not very good. I'd rather take a shot on Dobbs. So it's Foreman or Dobbs for me. I guess Foreman kind of a floor, sort of. Dobbs if you're really hoping they score a touchdown. Brandon Henderson, Juwan Jennings or Tyler Johnson? Who's the flex?
I'll go Jennings here. Give me the guy in the 49ers offense. I'll go Jennings.
Yes, this one, I definitely feel better about Jennings. All right, Pedro Domingos, Foreman, Coleman, or Warren in full?
I might just gamble on Coleman here. I don't feel good about Warren. Again, Foreman, maybe not. Maybe we see more like what we saw from Keon Coleman in week 1 than what we saw in week 2. It's full PPR. I'll go Coleman and just hope for the best.
Yeah, Warren is just really not startable. And Foreman is risky. I mean, he'll get some touches, but in full PPR, you might as well take a shot here, right? Take a shot on some sort of ceiling Coleman. Maybe he can get the end zone. Michael Belinsky, Amari Cooper, or Cam Akers?
I mean, in PPR, I'm just going to go Cooper. I'm going to take my chances with Cooper. Like, Akers is fine, but again, I don't feel like Akers has a huge ceiling. It's not a good matchup. I'm going to go Cooper in PPR.
Yeah, Cooper should do something. Full PPR, I agree. We'll go Cooper here. Joe Realist, would you trade Bijan, Dell for Jacobs and Rice?
I don't think so. Oh, man. This is like one of those deals where it's like you're trading a stud for 2 good players. But there's still potential for Dell. So, I mean, unless, I don't think so. I'm keeping Bijan. I'm taking Bijan and Dell.
Yeah, I don't want to trade away Bijan right now. Agree. If you're getting the Jacobs Rice side, I just don't think it really helps you enough. So, nope. All right, and then Daniel Aguilera. Thank you, Daniel. All right, I sit worth scooping up Bucky Irving. Oh, is it? Is it worth scooping up Bucky Irving? My bench consists of Braylon Allen, Tyler Algier, Tank Bigsby. Etienne is the RB2.
I mean, if Fields is on your bench, meaning you have a better quarterback than Fields, which I'm sure you do, then yeah, just drop Fields and pick up Bucky Irving for sure. For sure.
Yeah, I got okay. So Bigsby's your handcuff. I see, that's fine. Fields, Ford, Shakir, Singletary. Yeah, Fields. And realistically, it is possible we don't see Fields anymore because Russell Wilson could come back. They could decide to start him. You don't need to keep Fields if you're not starting him.
But I mean, here we are, week 3. Fields has been the starter all week, and we're still kind of like, I don't really want to start Fields. Like, what? You know what I mean? Right. Even if I don't know who your starting quarterback is, but even if your starting quarterback goes down, do you really want to start Fields?
No, that's again really odd. But Fields has become kind of a game manager, which is not what anybody thought.
That's the Mike Tomlin effect. Mike Tomlin. The thing that I think makes Mike Tomlin so good and why he's been around so long is Mike Tomlin understands the team he has, and he doesn't try to force his team. Like, he's not one of these coaches where, like, I have this incredible offensive system and I'm going to take these players that can't run this offensive system and make them run this offensive system. Mike Tomlin looks at his team and says, we have an elite defense, one of the best defensive players, and a mediocre offense. How do we win football games with this, right?
Kick field goals.
Kick
a lot
field
of field
goals.
goals.
Don't turn it. Kick field goals. Don't turn it over. Win with the defense.
Run the clock down. Kick field goals. Yep. That's it. So yes, worth it. You can drop fields. Never hurts to have those running back stashes. Trade advice, hard to say. I don't think any of these bench players really have trade value.
Yeah.
But it's worth picking them up.
Yep.
All right. Sorry to keep you waiting. Also, Martin Orlando, thank you. Flexing DK Metcalf or Brian Robinson.
In PPR, I mean, even in non-PPR, I might still go DK Metcalf. But in PPR, I'm definitely going DK Metcalf here. Just way more upside than Brian Robinson.
Yes, you should feel really good about DK this week. All right. And just speaking of waiting, guys, if you super chatted the last hour, we haven't skipped you or forgotten you. We're just still catching up all the questions. Probably going to have to pick up the pace a little because we got about an hour until kickoff. So we're definitely going to do the super chats. If you didn't do a super chat, can't promise. We'll try to do what we can. Again, you can use the DraftLane app if you have anything that you need answered after the game starts. Stark Jeter. Trade Puka and B-Rob for Barkley, or just wait?
Yeah, I'll take Barkley. I'll take Barkley. You don't have to risk it with Puka when he's going to come back. How healthy is he going to be? Barkley looks great. Just give me the stud Barkley.
Yeah, you're getting a legit stud player here. You're not going to regret this, and eliminating the risk of Puka. I think this is good. Briggs Oakley, 1 point PPR. Pick 2, Connor Jacobs Dobbins.
I think Jacobs is a must. It's hard to tell you to bench Dobbins, but I also can't really bench Connor. He's been so good, and unlike Dobbins, he catches passes, which kind of helps him a little bit. Even though he's got like the Lions' run defense is legit, but he'll catch passes, which helps him. So I'm going Jacobs and Connor, but I totally get it if you want to roll with Dobbins over Connor.
Yeah, it's hard not to start Dobbins. Again, I don't think it's going to be his best week. So Jacobs is for sure. Again, you want to go Dobbins, you can go Dobbins. I would probably put Connor in there. Pick 2 receivers, Keon McLaurin, Deontay Waddle.
We're picking 2 of these. I think I'm going to go Waddle and Deontay Johnson. Like McLaurin, Deontay Johnson, Waddle all in that same tier of like, they could, but they could not. But I still think they're a tier above Keon Coleman. I'm just going to trust Deontay with Andy Dalton. And Waddle, one of those guys that like you could, Skylar Thompson could throw a 5-yard slant and Waddle does the rest of the work. So I'm going to go Deontay and Waddle.
Right. With these options, stick with Waddle. Like Deontay. Here's the tough one. McBride or Bowers? Bowers must start.
That is tough, honestly, but I'm still going McBride this week. He's got a great matchup again. But this is tough. I mean, this might be a great time to – I mean, maybe you want to hold both these guys because, hey, if something happens to one of them, you still have a stud tight end, but wouldn't be a bad time to try to trade one of these guys to get a really good running back or wide receiver.
I mean, if these are your – like all of your starting receivers, yeah, I'd want to trade one of those tight ends for a receiver. So, man, it's tough. I can't not start McBride. Bowers has a great matchup too, though. All right, Elber, Henry, Kamara, Taylor, Gibbs, only 3. Who sits?
I think Henry's got to sit here. I think he's just a notch below these guys. I can't sit those other 3. It's PPR. Yeah, Henry sits.
Yeah, gotta start Kamara for sure this week. JT Gibbs, I guess Henry, because it's PPR. Sorry, Derek. Josh Klein, Shaheed or Olave?
I know Shaheed's been better through the first 2 weeks, but I'm still going Olave here.
Yes, he's the number 1 receiver here. Should have a big week. Got to go Olave. Brandon Warren in a 12-team half PPR last flex. Pittman, Foreman, Chuba, Odunze.
I think I still got to go Pittman here. I know he's not been good. I know he's a little banged up. I know it's not a great matchup, but I mean, Chuba Hubbard, Odunze, Foreman. Like, I still got to go Pittman here.
Yeah, none of these options excite me enough that I want to put them over Pittman, Foreman. Who knows? Yeah. Don't love it, but go Pittman. King Gusto. In non PPR, B Rob or JK.
I mean, it would not surprise me one bit if Brian Robinson Jr. is much better than J.K. Dobbins this week. But at the same time, I think you just have to roll with Dobbins. Like, he's just been so good. So I think you got to roll with Dobbins.
Agree. The PPR factor doesn't really make a difference. Neither of these guys really pass catchers. This is really tough. This is close, but guess go with JK. Sonny Helms, half PPR, 10 team, needs 2 running backs and a flex. Charbonnet, White, Monty, Dobbins. And then to flex, T Higgins or Waddle. Are we flexing Higgins, I'm guessing?
Yeah, Higgins definitely one of the flexes here. Running back's going to be Dobbins and Monty, I guess. Although I do like White this week. Charbonnet's fine, man. These are tough choices, honestly. But again, Dobbins, how do you not roll with Dobbins? It's half PPR. I guess Dobbins and Monty, but I mean Charbonnet, White, like these guys all feel very close to me. But Monty's behind that Lions offensive line. You know, he can always score a touchdown. Dobbins and Monty, I guess.
I think the fact it's half PPR might knock down, and a 10-teamer, it's more shallow. I think it knocks Sharps down a little bit for me, and White, who rely more on their pass catching. In this case, go Dobbins, go Monty, and yeah, you want to flex Higgins. And then Daniel has another one, Daniel Aguilera, which saying favorite chess opening. Currently, you really should be asking Chris more. He's the chess master here. I try the English for some reason. I don't know. I like it because it's just slightly different. And then on defense, I try the French defense just because. But yeah, I don't know too many. It's because I have the book back here, but this is my feeble attempt to try to catch up to Chris. Very feeble. Edgar Padilla. Standard, pick 2. Najee, Warren, Akers, Ford, Kyler. Oh, wait. Is this a quarterback question then? Kyler or Allen? No way.
Yeah, I still got to go Josh Allen over Kyler. Josh Allen to me is like, I mean, he can run for just as much as Kyler or more. I still go Josh Allen. As far as your pick 2, I'm going to go Akers and Ford. Najee Warren. Yeah, don't want to do it with that Steelers backfield. I still feel like Ford will get more touches. It's the Giants. Akers and Ford. Josh Allen at QB.
Like, I don't know how deep this league is, but you got those 2 quarterbacks. You could trade Kyler right now and get something. Akers and Ford at running back. Livewire is back. Needs 2. Rashad, London, Dell. Yeah. I wish you could take back Mondre.
Yeah. I'm going White and London here. I mean, maybe this is the week Dell connects on that big play, but this is not as good of a spot for Dell this week. This Vikings defense has been legit this year. I like White I like White this week. It's the Broncos. I think he's still the clear workhorse here, and London is good enough. I'm gonna go White in London.
Yeah, at least London is the one as opposed to Dell, right? Is one of 3. So don't love London this week, but don't love Dell. We loved Dell last week and did nothing. So I think until further notice, you can sit him. You don't want another Mondre-esque performance. Paul P, 12-team PPR. Monty is 1 flex. Who's the second? P. Ryan, Mooney, Dowdle, Algier, Wicks. You can't do Mostert. He's probably not playing.
All right. In this case, just give me Mooney. I'll gamble on potential upside for Mooney, like P. Ryan, Dowdle, Algier, Wicks. I'll just go Mooney.
Yeah, not really not great options here. Just go Mooney and hopefully big play touchdown, something like last week. Nate Will, PPR, Jameson, or Mike Evans.
I mean, if your gut is telling you Jameson, I don't mind Jameson this week. It's not like Jameson is a terrible decision. I'm still going Evans, though. To me, Evans just in my lineup because on any given week, in any given matchup, Evans can get you like 100 yards and 2 touchdowns, and I just don't want that on my bench.
I'll just say this is be careful because we fall into this trap before where there's an elite corner on the other side and like, oh, he's going to shut him down. Very rarely these days does anybody shadow anymore, right? Certain corners will, and even so, it's maybe 75, 80% of the time. All it takes is one play, one busted coverage, right? I was worried about Christian Gonzalez a couple weeks ago with DK Metcalf. Well, DK Metcalf went ballistic because he wasn't on him the entire game. So, anyways, my point is Mike Evans is still it's still a decent start. He's still a decent start. You want to go Jameson to avoid that, sure, but Evans is fine. Oliver Glenn, half PPR. McLaurin, Pittman, Jalen Naylor.
I don't know. I probably again go Pittman here. I mean, again, Terry, like what's the upside? Naylor, you're just like praying he scores a touchdown again. I will say when you look at Pittman, I mean, even though the numbers haven't been there, like he's got almost a 30% first read target share. It's not like not like they're not. Or sorry, he's got a 28% target share and a 31% first read target share. It's not like they're not targeting Michael Pittman. It's just they haven't thrown it that much. They just haven't thrown the ball a lot. So I think Pittman's still above these guys for me. Going Pittman.
Yeah, with these choices, I won't go Naylor. Man, this is close. I think I need to see more out of the Washington offense before I really trust Terry. So let's just go Pittman. Joe is too dope. Ramondre Victim here. All right. Yeah. So we need some upside. Akers, Shaheed, or Javonte in half.
I mean, Akers is definitely the safest bet here, but if you need some upside after Ramondre, go with Shaheed.
Yeah, I think in this case, you go with Shaheed and take what you get. Kevin King, PPR, Shaheed, Ford, or Terry?
I mean, just go Shaheed again. Just go Shaheed. I just don't know what the ceiling is for Ford or Terry. Gamble on Shaheed. Gamble on Shaheed, keeping it going.
Yeah. I don't see Terry outscoring him, honestly. And then we have Sung Lee. Pick 3, Jameson Williams, DK Metcalf, Rashid Shaheed, T Higgins.
I think you can bench Shaheed here.
Yeah. With this,
I mean, DK is a must. T is like almost a must for me, and I think Jameson also almost a must for me. Like you look at Jameson's usage has been crazy good, so I'm benching Shaheed here.
Right, and then the same thing. And this is a case we could probably bench Dobbins because you got Jonathan Taylor Bijan. You have to start
Dobbins over. I can't start Dobbins over those guys, and I will go Carr over Purdy, even though I think Purdy will be fine this week. Just roll with Carr, keep it going.
Yeah, Carr with a better matchup. Purdy's missing those guys. All right, Jay wants to know: Akers, Steele, or Swift?
Just go Akers. Just go Akers. He should get the touches. I mean, like Steele's fine too, but I feel bad. Like Akers, what's his competition is Dare Ogunbe or however you pronounce his name. Like go Akers.
Go Akers. CMC Rice for Lad Pittman likely.
CMC Rice wins in a landslide.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, even if you told me CMC wasn't coming back, I might just take Rice over these 3 guys. Honestly,
for real, I know. No, look, if you're the CMC Rice side, do not do this. If it's the other way, then do it. Yeah. All right. Let's go to LA 5150. Hey, in 5 leagues. Wow, that's not that many. Flex, no. Godwin, Pickens, or Dobbins?
You got to keep rolling. You got to keep rolling with Godwin. I know Dobbins has been good, but I mean, come on. Godwin's been even better. Got to go Godwin.
Definitely. Godwin's just absolute must start. I like Pickens this week, but there's no way I'm benching Godwin. Evan H has to pick up a tight end. Is it Ertz or Gesicki?
I think it's Gesicki. Ertz is fine. Ertz is the guy will get you some points. Like you don't have to worry about like your tight end getting you nothing this week. But is that really what you want? You just want a guy that will get you some points. I think Gesicki still has more upside, even with T Higgins back. I'm going Gesicki.
Agree. And we're moving Brenton Strange a little bit ahead of Gesicki, so you can always go with him. Gesicki, obviously not as intriguing with T Higgins back, but he is still streamable. If you needed to, I mean, you're saying I have to pick up a tight end. Go with Gesicki because it's Washington. Next week, we can probably forget Gesicki exists. All right, Miguel Perez Jr., welcome back. Don't see a question right here, right now. So we're going to keep it moving. Oh, wait, never mind. I see it. I scrolled down far enough. All right, Miguel wants to know Chargers D or Ravens. You can't like the Ravens defense against the Cowboys on the road. So I'm just going to say it's the Chargers because the Chargers are going to go against the Steelers. Steelers, definitely not a team you have to worry about putting up a ton of points. So I think you just got to go with the Chargers here. And you're saying also, which means you might have asked a different question earlier. I don't see a different question. If I find it, I'll put it up. But for right now, Miguel, I'm just going to say on this one, go with the Chargers. All right, we are going to keep going, though. By the way, we're catching up to the Super Chats. If you did Super Chat, we will definitely answer it. Try to get them all in time. Still got 40 minutes. We always find a way to do it. So we're going to do it. And let's go to P. Non-PPR, Singletary, White, Warren. Warren hardly has value, period. In a non-PPR, he has almost no value. I would say Singletary is a little bit safer here. Zamir, if you really want to hope he busts out finally, gets those touches, you need upside. Maybe you started Ramondre or you're hurting. You could take a chance on Zamir, but Singletary is definitely the safer play here. I don't love Singletary this week. Look, if you want that upside, go Zamir, but Singletary is probably fine. All right. And then Jedi Koth. Half flex Dobbins, or is that Rashad White? If it's Rashad White, I'm going to go Dobbins. Yeah, because half PPR dings White a little bit. I don't love White this week. I think he's okay, but I don't want just okay. Just see what Dobbins gives you. All right, and then Jack Brown, Dell, Waddle, Amari, Judy this week. I'm not putting Judy over these guys. Don't love Dell this week. I think just go for Amari. I mean, look, these are all risky. Dell, Waddle, Amari, Judy. Just go Amari.
Just go Amari. Yeah.
Oh, we got clarification. McLaughlin kicks for Tampa. Was wrong.
Oh.
All right.
Do you guys think I literally hardly know any kickers. I don't even really pay attention.
Yeah. Which, by the way, this kind of answers this one. So, Joe Chris, 27. Cooper or Waddle? Going Cooper.
Cooper.
95, baby. Dak or Geno?
Let's go with Dak. Geno, fine if you need like a streamer this week, but I can't start him over Dak. I can't do it.
Yeah, Geno's fine, but I think Dak will also be fine. Jennings over Waddle? Too much?
Yeah, I'm still going Waddle here. Like Jennings far from a sure thing. Just still going Waddle.
Right. Jennings startable, but so is Waddle. Waddle's not completely must bench. All right, forward grappling. We have to sit one of these guys. Ayuk, Godwin, Flowers, or Lamb.
I think you got it's tough sitting these guys, but I think Flowers is the odd man out here. You can't sit Ayuk with everybody out. Can't sit Godwin. Can't sit CD. Flowers.
Yeah. Hawks or Bears for defense.
Seahawks at home against Skylar Thompson. I'm rolling with them.
Agreed. All right. Let's go to Max Camp TV. Metcalf or DJ Moore?
Metcalf. Metcalf, definitely.
And then here it is again, Anthony Richardson, Jaden Daniels.
Anthony Richardson over Daniels for me.
Right. Cash money. Who were we streaming without Kittle? Strange, right? Strange.
Yeah, Strange is my preferred pick. Yes.
All right. There you go. And then we have Texas Pete. Welcome, Texas Pete. Let's see if there is a question. Do you see a Texas Pete question?
Let me see. Texas Pete. Yes.
All right.
Ooh.
Again, why do you have this dilemma? Kyler Murray or Lamar Jackson?
I go Lamar, but yeah, again, how do you have this dilemma? I go Lamar, but
Man, I don't know. I'm going Kyler here because he's at home. He gets the Lions defense. I think I'm going to go Kyler. He's been really good. I mean, Lamar I don't know what's up with the Ravens to start the season. I know it's not Lamar that he's been bad, but I'm going to roll with a hot hand. Martin Orlando from Argentina. All right. Put another pin on the map.
nice.
Traded Connor and Likely for Kincaid and Robinson. What do you think?
Yeah, I think in the end I don't think Connor and Brian Robinson will be that far apart by the end of the season, and I think you're definitely going to want Kincaid over Likely. So I'll say slight win.
Even if Kincaid winds up being disappointing this year, I still feel he's more valuable than Likely.
Yes.
Yeah, I think this is good. This is a good one. Grumpy Snacks. Don't want that. Starting Cooper at the flex, Dobbs or McConkey.
Man. I don't know. Don't like either. I guess I'll just go Dobbs. He could get usage. He could get a touchdown, I guess.
Yeah. Against the Steelers defense, don't want any part. And Herbert's banged up. No to McConkey. So I guess go Dobbs. All right. We had Texas Pete. Now we have the Miami Maverick.
All right.
Needs 2 running backs and a flex between Najee, Devin Singletary, Carson Steele, Jalen Waddle, D-Rob.
All right, let's go Steele and Singletary, I guess, at running backs.
Yeah.
I guess I'll flex Robinson over Waddle. That's what I've been saying. It's really close between him and Waddle, but let's go Robinson. He gets Stafford, not Skylar Thompson.
Yeah. Gonna go Robinson barely over Waddle. Can't like Najee this week against that Chargers run defense. All right. Frosif, what's up? Dobbins or Rachaad White?
I could see a Rachaad White bounce back, but I don't know how you bench Dobbins right now. Just go Dobbins, I guess.
Gonna say Dobbins. T. Davis, Javonte or Singletary?
Javonte actually has a better matchup, but I might actually feel slightly better about Singletary this week. I don't know. I don't have a strong opinion either way. I guess Singletary.
I'm still going to opt to ignore the Broncos offense if possible. So I'll go Singletary here and then Shakir or Deontay Johnson.
I'll just gamble on Deontay Johnson with Andy Dalton. Like Shakir, fine, but what's the upside there? I'll gamble on Deontay.
Yeah, let's go with Deontay here. All right, Kendall Hole. Should I start Bowers over one of the Tampa receivers?
No, I can't. I can't get that far yet. I'm not there yet.
No, I mean, Godwin's just a must start. He could feast this week. Evans, look, I know we're worried about Surtain, but yeah. I mean, Bowers is getting catches. Has Bowers scored a touchdown yet? I don't think he has.
No.
Nah, sorry. Jonathan Berman. Gibbs, Higgins, and White for Drake, Jacobs, and Singletary.
Gibbs Higgins side by probably a pretty wide margin for me. I mean, I take Gibbs over Jacobs. Look, if Higgins is truly healthy, I might take him over Drake London, honestly, and I definitely take White over Singletary. So Gibbs, Higgins, White side for me.
Yeah, that first side, not sure which one you'd get. That first side is definitely more valuable. So it's the first. All right, so we have One Man Army / Patriot / Grenade Soap Company. Is that a real thing? It's this. I'm picturing a bar of soap that's like shaped like a grenade. So he's saying Allen has no receivers or volume. Why him over Carr? Could you possibly go Carr over Allen?
I mean, I couldn't. I mean, look, he had no receivers in week 1 when he scored 31 fantasy points. Last week was just a weird game where we're right. James Cook had like a 50-yard touchdown, and then he had like a 17-yard. Like they just didn't need to do anything on offense last. Like in the second half, they didn't need to do anything on offense. He basically just got a half of football. So yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it.
No. Allen runs a lot, and he's just better. Which, by the way, I did look it up. There is a Grenade Soap Company. It is legit.
All right, go check it out. Go check out Grenade Soap Company.
All right. Okay, there you go. Let's go to Ladej. Pollard or Ayuk?
If it's any kind of PPR, half or full, I'm going Ayuk. If it's complete non-PPR, then maybe I'll go Pollard. Maybe.
Yeah, I think you got to start Ayuk. He really should go off this week. Really should. Gonna go Ayuk here. We have a super chat from Samantha Fluger. Thank you, Samantha. But is there a question nearby? So let's see. Let me know if you see Samantha. By the way, guys, we're getting there. If you did super chat anytime the past hour, we're going to be catching up to it. So be prepared.
Yeah.
All right. Samantha, hold tight. When we see your question, we'll put it up. Let's go to Minded Tester. Dobbins or Akers?
I think you got to go Dobbins. I mean, I like Akers this week, but Dobbins has been so good. Just roll with Dobbins.
Man, it's tough. I'm tempted to say Akers, but I can't in good consciousness tell you to start him. Just I guess go Dobbins. All right. Felix LeBron is new. Yeah, we had you earlier. We did answer your super chat. So again, guys, we're just a little behind. Akers or London? I'm going Akers.
Yeah, if it's full PPR, I'll go London. Otherwise, Akers.
And then Joe Chris, I think did this already. Cooper or Waddle?
Cooper, definitely.
Cooper. All right, Mike Altwheel. What's up, Mike? Start 2. Hill, Evans, Pickens, Neighbors.
Hill and Evans. Yeah, it's not like Pickens and Neighbors aren't risky. I think Hill and Evans are musts.
Yeah, you got to start Hill. Like maybe you could talk me into Pickens over Evans. I wouldn't hate it, but I'm probably still going with Evans. And then AR over Mayfield, right?
Yes, definitely.
All right, here's Samantha. 1 wide receiver, Shakir, Sutton, D-Rob, Jennings.
Demarcus Robinson. He's got Stafford. He's the number 1 there. He's not competing with Ayuk like Jennings is. I mean, Sutton and Shakir are fine, but let's chase a little bit of upside with D-Rob.
Agree. I'll go D-Rob here. It's either D-Rob or Jennings. I'm going D-Rob. And then also has a flex open, Likely or one of those. Not Likely.
What did I miss with Likely last week? Did he do something and I missed it? Give me Jennings.
Yeah. So you can go D-Rob and Jennings. Here you go. What's up, Benny? Benny Black in the house.
What's up, Benny?
Always London JSN.
Gotta go JSN. I just think he has way more upside than London.
Definitely JSN here. TS, Dobbins or Monty?
I mean, look, Monty is probably the smarter play here, but I mean, again, it just keep rolling with Dobbins until he gives us a reason not to.
Yeah. I guess shoot for ceiling. We say go for upside, right? I guess Dobbins has the upside right now. Sure. I don't know. Milton Hernandez, bench 1. Jason, London, or Olave?
I think I'm benching London here. I just don't see the upside for London. He's fine, but what's it? Give me JSN and Olave.
Yeah, this one I can easily bench London. All right, J.R. Fuentes, a very interesting trade offer. Offered Puka and Connor for Godwin, Worthy, and Rashad White. It's risky.
I don't know. Godwin looks so good. I might just keep Godwin. He just looks so good right now. Why get rid of Godwin? Why get rid of him?
Yeah. Yeah, White is still startable. I don't know. I don't want to trade for a guy who I know is going to miss several weeks if I'm giving up a stud player. So probably don't do that. Michael Stickler, pick 3, Jaden Reed, Terry, Alec Pierce, Romo Dunze. Who's the odd man out here?
Man, you know what? I think Odunze is the odd man out. I'd rather, I think, gamble on Jaden Reed taking an end around to the house or a quick slant to the house. Pierce has been getting touchdowns. Yeah, I think Odunze is the odd man out for me.
Agree. You can still take a chance on those guys. Odunze has to do something first. Coach Doug, Ford or Evans?
Evans, just way more upside. Ford is fine, but Evans is way more upside. It's not like, I mean, Evans isn't going to get completely shut out, right? Like, give me Evans.
Yeah, go Evans still here. And then Benny with another one needs 2. Dell, Shaheed, Brian Thomas, or Akers?
I think I'm going Shaheed and Akers. Shaheed and Dell is fine if you want to just gamble on full send, full upside. But I think I'm going Shaheed and Akers.
Yeah, Brian Thomas, very risky. Dell, apparently risky too. So let's go Akers and Shaheed. Ola, 22. Start 2. Pittman, Shakir. Kirk? We haven't heard much about Kirk.
Yes. Again, I'm still going Pittman here. I just think when you're talking about guys like this, I'm just going to trust the guy I thought was going to be better all off season. That's Pittman.
It says we need 2. So Pittman and
probably Shakir. I mean, Kirk on the road in Buffalo. What has Kirk done? At least Shakir gives you a floor. Pittman and Shakir. Sorry. I'm answering a DraftLane question at the same time.
All right. Pittman and Shakir. Which somebody, let's see, Ridge asking Pittman or Shakir. I think it's still Pittman.
Pittman, yeah. I'm not ready to put Pittman below Shakir yet.
All right. Annabelle Robinson, welcome. Half PPR. Pick 2, Ford, Thomas, Higgins.
Higgins and Ford in half PPR.
Yes. Higgins definitely. Ford will go next. And on defense, Bears, Ravens.
Give me the Bears. I don't really want to start the Ravens on the road against Cowboys. Give me the Bears.
Yeah, agree. Bears it is. John Caraballo. Welcome, John. Let's see a question. All right, John, if we see something, we'll put it up. But we're going to keep moving for now. It's probably down here. All right, Benny again. Needs 2 backs, Ford, Sharps, Akers.
Charbonnet and Akers. They're the workhorses for sure. They're locked in. Give me Charbonnet and Akers.
Agree. Also, which 4? Needs 3 receivers in the flex. Tyreek, Harrison, Godwin, Flowers, London.
The first 4. Definitely the first 4.
Yeah. Again, sit London here. Doesn't have the upside of the others. Oscar Quinones, Pittman or Demarcus Robinson or Ferguson.
Again, I think I'm still going Pittman even over D-Rob. D-Rob might have a bigger game, but I'm not ready to just put him in over Pittman yet. I'm still going Pittman.
You know what? I might put him over Pittman. I haven't seen that Pittman really has the ceiling yet in this offense. Don't feel great about him in this matchup. So he's startable, but I'm just going to take a shot on D-Rob. So, Oscar, it's up to you which way you want to go. Richardson or Burrow?
Still going Richardson, even though I like Burrow.
I don't know. Maybe I'm too worried about the Colts here in this game against the Bears. I might go Burrow. Just shoot for the moon here.
And then we're at the 20-minute mark. We might have to go like extreme rapid fire here.
Yes. All right. Big drip. 2 receivers in the flex. Nico Higgins or Olave Lamb. Who sits?
I think in this case, Higgins sits.
Yeah. With these receivers, you can sit Higgins. Don't need to worry about that risk. So big drip. You're going to go Nico Olave Lamb. And then Henry's mustache is here. Half PPR, Ridley, Johnson. Which Johnson? Not Juwan Johnson.
Akers. I don't know, but I'm just gonna go Ridley here. I think he has the most upside.
Yeah, I think Ridley's fine there. Half PPR. Mike, full PPR, JSN, Higgins, or Mooney?
JSN. He's got just as much upside as Higgins, less risk.
Yes, definitely not Mooney. All right. Benny, Zeus, Sharps, Akers, pick 2.
Sharps and Akers. And then Zay Flowers definitely over Shaheed.
Yeah, Zay is pretty much a must start. All right. Benny again. It needs 3 out of Olave, Flowers, London, JSN. I think we did this. Sit London.
Not London. Yeah, sit London.
Yeah, sit London. Benny, I didn't know you were in this many leagues. All right. Next super chat. By the way, again, guys, we're not skipping you. We're catching up. So if we did super chat, hang tight. Julio Espinoza, Nico, or you?
Ooh.
That's tough.
How do you have this decision? I don't know. I guess Nico, he's been better.
Man, I would love to have Ayuk in my lineup there, but how do you sit Nico? I think you have to go Nico. Ford or Steele?
I'll go Ford. I think he's more involved. Good matchup. And then Dobbins over Charbonnet.
Dobbins, Sharp. Yeah, go Dobbins. All right. Next super chat is Unchained Savage. Again, if we see a question. Oh, here we go. Carr or Richardson?
Yeah, still going Richardson.
Right. Carr's a good streamer, but Richardson, you just kind of have to keep in there. Joe D. 2 running backs in the flex. Jacobs, Sharps, J.K. Dobbins, Kyron, Amari Cooper, D-Rob, Mike Evans, and then Kincaid are likely.
All right. Kyron, Jacobs, Mike Evans at the flex, and then Kincaid over likely.
Yes, definitely Kincaid over likely. All right. There you go, Joe. Okay, we already did that one. Matt Morris, Shaheed or Akers?
I'm just going to gamble on the upside with Shaheed. Akers safer, but Shaheed more upside.
This, I mean, I don't know. Can't say floor for Akers. Akers might be a little bit safer. Just go for the upside of Shaheed if you want it. Joshua Isom. This is standard. Worthy, Thomas, or Waddle?
I'm still going Waddle here. I think he's above these guys.
Yeah, I think you'll go Waddle here too. Flex Najee, Singletary, or one of those guys.
Standard. Yeah, I'd probably flex one of the wide receivers. Maybe I'll just gamble on Worthy in the Chiefs offense. I just don't feel like those guys have any upside.
Yeah, you're looking for touchdown upside. Najee, Singletary. Yeah. Just go Worthy. And then, okay, that's just the rest of the lineup. I think the rest of the lineup is good.
Yes.
EAW, Strange or Johnny?
Strange
it is. Brent Bush, Carson Steele, Austin Eckler, or Juwan Jennings?
Nah, just go Steele here. He could score a touchdown. He should get touches in this Chiefs offense. Go Steele.
Yeah, I think Steele is fine. I mean, Jennings is decent, but Ian Wingate, thank you. Ian dropped a super chat again. As soon as we see a question, we'll put it up. But I don't see it, so we're going to keep going. Next is our Levis. Standard 2 flex, Ford, Higgins, JSN.
Even in standard, give me Higgins and JSN over Ford.
Yes, Higgins, JSN, much bigger upside here. Jim Slim, Neighbors, Shakir, or Keon Coleman.
Yeah, Neighbors. I know it's a tough matchup, tough quarterback situation, but he's above these guys for sure.
Agree. Definitely Neighbors. Ian Wingate, here's the question. Needs 2 Sharbs, Ford, B-Rob.
Sharp and B-Rob. They're going to get the most touches. Sharp and B-Rob.
Yes, definitely there. Rob W. dropped a super sticker. We thank you, Rob. And if we do see a question, oh, well, I see you chatted earlier. Okay. Alec Pierce or Gus Edwards?
Just give me Pierce. At least he's scoring. I mean, what's the upside with Gus at this point? Give me Pierce.
Yeah. Gus, not even in a good matchup this week. So, yeah, can't start him. All right. Justin Jimenez. Full PPR. RB2 in a flex. Jacobs, Zach, Brian.
Jacobs and Brian B.
Is that?
I'm going to assume Brian Robinson. I'm going to say Jacobs and Brian Robinson because I don't know who else the Brian would be.
Yeah, guessing it's Brian Robinson. If it is, you can go Robinson and Jacobs. If it's Josh Jacobs, you can go Josh Jacobs for sure.
Yep.
I think it's Brian Robinson.
Yeah.
Okay. Derek Just, what's up? Ford or Moss?
This one's really close, but I might just go Moss, knowing he's getting the touches in a better matchup, touchdown upside. I'll go Moss.
Yeah, go Moss because of the matchup. All right. Brandon Sky. Thank you, Brandon.
Thank you, Brandon.
That membership. And then we got a super chat from Mr. Moolah. Mr. Moolah, we'll also keep an eye out for your question. And guys, about 15, 20 minutes left before kickoff. So we're going to try to go as fast as we can to catch up here. Let's go to tattoos and Topwater. Judy Pierce or QJ?
Again, give me Alec Pierce. I just think he has more upside than these guys this week. Give me Alec Pierce. Judy's fine, but no upside.
Right. I can't love the matchup for QJ. Jason, what's up? Jason Quinones needs to Dell, QJ, McConkey, Robinson.
Robinson and Dell. I think they have the most upside here.
Yeah, just avoid that Chargers pass offense. Definitely Robinson and Dell's next. Also, Aaron Jones or Jerome Ford?
I'm going Aaron Jones. He's healthy. Give me Aaron Jones. And thank you.
Awesome. You know what? Glad you mentioned that. We do have the awesome shirts available. Bearclothing.org, guys. You want some merch? Represent Bear Clothing. Just search Fantasy Endgame. Eric Sahlberg. Okay, so if it's Ertz or Jonnu Smith.
Ertz. At least Ertz is involved. Like Jonnu Smith or Skylar Thompson, not risking that. Just give me Ertz.
No, exactly. Just go Ertz for those groups. Would you drop one to pick up Whittington? Oh, yeah.
Drop Jonnu for Whittington, yes.
Yeah, you start one, you definitely don't need both of those guys. All right, here's Mr. Moolah. Pick one. Wide receiver and one running back, Scary Terry, Pittman, or Jerry Jeudy, or Cam Akers, Bucky Irving, Gus Edwards. Okay.
I'm going Pittman and Cam Akers. Again, I think I just feel better about Pittman than these guys still, and Akers should be the workhorse there. Pittman and Akers.
Yeah, Pittman, barely, Akers for sure. Brandon, here's his question. Brandon Sky. Only one. JMO, Jones, Pickens, McLaurin, Thomas.
I'm going Jamison Williams slightly over Pickens. Just feel better about his matchup and his offense.
I love Pickens this week, but I think Jameson's just definitely actually a safer play. I go Jameson, but barely. What's up? 95. 2 questions. Rice or London?
Rice. Definitely Rice.
Definitely Rice. Half. Ridley, Pittman, Coleman.
Here I can go Ridley. He's got more upside.
Yes. Go Ridley. All right. Good luck, 95. Cali Kid needs one. Mayfield or Richardson?
I'm still going Richardson.
I know Mayfield has technically been better, but go Richardson. More upside. Mike Honcho, 2 flex. Pollard, JSN, Monty Shaheed, 2.
I'm going Pollard and JSN. I think Pollard just has more upside than Monty. Shaheed fine, but JSN safer. Pollard and JSN.
Yep, Pollard and JSN it is. Cali Kid also Ford or Akers?
Akers. I feel better about his touches. Akers.
Go Akers. Anthony Cervantes, PPR, Ford or Diggs?
I think in PPR, you got to go Diggs. These guys both feel like floor plays, but it's PPR. I'll go Diggs.
Yeah, agree. Diggs does have a higher ceiling. Kevin Ferguson, start 2. Dobbins, Etienne, Ayuk. PPR.
I can't bench Ayuk, and I don't think I can start Dobbins over Etienne. Etienne and Ayuk.
You got to start Ayuk here. And again, Etienne's where you draw the line. Start Etienne. You can sit Dobbins here. It is PPR. And then we have Johnny Hay, Laporta, Bowers.
Definitely Bowers.
All right. Yeah, I go Bowers too. Dowdle, Hubbard, or Madison?
I go Chuba. Maybe the offense will be better with Dalton. I can't start those other two. Chuba.
Yeah, I mean, I know things don't always happen the way we expect, but in this case, you might want to trade Laporta for a running back. If that's your starting choices here. Brian Correa, thank you, Brian, with a chat. Here's the question: full PPR, Zamir, Hubbard, or Akers?
Akers. He's gonna get the touches. Give me Akers.
Yes, definitely go Akers here. Jedi Koth wants to know: would you trade Waddle for Bowers?
Oh man. Only if you're I feel like you should get a little bit more than just Bowers. I don't want to just give away Waddle. Tua is coming back.
Yeah, agree. All right. Kyle Kaysen. Dobbins, Ayuk, Henry, or Jameson, just one?
I think you got to flex Ayuk this week. Got to flex Ayuk.
Yes, definitely got to go Ayuk. You just have to. Okay. Here's Miguel's first question. Thank you. Flex, Higgins, JSN, Ford, or D-Rob?
JSN. Got the upside, and he's a bit safer.
Yeah, agree. JSN it is. Good luck, Miguel. Call me, Mr. Clutch wants to know James Conner, Derrick Henry, PPR.
I think in PPR, I'm going Connor. He catches more passes.
Yeah, I guess it's so hard for me to sit Derrick Henry, but I'll guess go Connor because it's not a bad matchup. All right, Chris. Yeah, question for Chris. Half for the flex, Flowers, Moore, Pittman, Ford.
Flowers head and shoulders above these guys for me.
Yes. Sorry, I'm trying to delete spammers.
Don't worry about the spammers. Let them spam. We don't have to. We still have like 30 questions to go or something in 9 minutes.
Renzo Lamella, start 2, full. Aaron Jones, Carson Steele, White, Chuba.
I'm going Rachaad White. I like his matchup. I think he bounces back.
Wait, we need 2 here. It's
White. Okay, White and Jones. Sorry.
White and Jones. Pescado Joe. Start Sheets.
Is that Shaheed? I'm going Connor. Here over Shaheed or over Rachaad White. I don't know who else it could be.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but let's say Connor. Connor's still a solid start. All right, Derek Just, Brian Thomas, Javonte Steele, or Brandon Cooks.
Just go with Steele. He's in that Chiefs offense. He could score. Just go with Steele.
Yeah. Tight end Pitts or Strange? Ooh,
I can't go Strange over Pitts. Still going Pitts.
Oh, Kyle Pitts. Yeah, go Pitts, I guess. Victor Figueroa, Waddle or Thomas?
Still going Waddle here.
Yeah, let's go Waddle. Can't love Brian Thomas this week. Jack Scrovey, Reed, Ford, Hubbard, Jennings, Cooper, Warren.
Cooper's got way more upside than these guys. Go for Cooper.
Yes, go for Cooper. Can't love Reed. Andrew Luera, pick 1. Waddle, BTJ, or Shakir.
I still have Waddle over these guys. I'm going to take the talent of Waddle.
Yeah, again, not feeling super great about BTJ. We'll see. Lilish, Gino or Goff?
I think I'll go Gino over Goff at home against the Dolphins. And yes, stash Trey Benson if you can.
Yeah, I'm going to go Gino. I like Gino this week. And yeah, Benson's worth a stash. Any of these rookie running backs are worth a stash. Galen Powell, start 2. JK, Zamir, Cooper, Ladd, Terry, Worthy.
Dobbins and Cooper.
Agree. Go for the upside. It's those 2 guys, Dobbins and Cooper. All right. We got now Jose Macias in half. Start 2. Pollard, Zeke, Madison, and Foreman.
Pollard for sure. And then I guess I'll gamble on Foreman in that matchup against the Giants.
Pollard, absolutely for sure. Go Foreman, I guess. Macy Rob, BTJ or Deontay?
Let's gamble on Deontay with Dalton.
Yeah, I think you can go Deontay. Man, I really hope BTJ doesn't go off this week. I don't think he will. Brian, looks like we already did that one. John M. Sorry, John. Got that membership last week. Are we starting Tyreek or Pickens?
Yes. I'm not putting Pickens over Tyreek. I'm still going Tyreek.
Look, Pickens could outscore him, but he could not. I think you just got to start Tyreek. HW, thank you. We'll look for a question. Let's keep it going, though. There we go. Waddle or Rachaad White?
I'm going Rachaad White this week. I like Rachaad White. I'm going White.
Ooh, I might go. I don't know. Man, I'm not crazy about Waddle, but I'm also really not crazy about Rachaad White. I might go Waddle if it's full PPR and you're looking for upside. M. Mac, Jennings, Tyler Johnson, Zamir White, Ford, or
Higgins. Definitely Higgins out of this group. Yeah, definitely Higgins.
Yeah. Jonathan Lee, we need either P. Ryan, QJ, Pierce, or Warren.
I assume that's Alec Pierce. Just go Alec Pierce. He's been pretty good. Go Alec Pierce. I'll
Yeah,
risk
I
you.
don't love any of those guys. Let's go Pierce. All right, Brent Bush. Thank you for waiting. Also, full PPR for RB. 2 starts: Kamara, Mason, Achane, or Pollard. 2 of those.
Kamara and Achane.
And then
Collins and Olave at wide receiver.
Yeah, Collins and Olave. Also have Pollard as a
flex Pollard over Diggs.
There you go. Okay, yeah, because that's a different league. All right, good luck, Brent. L. Manny, 500. Javonte, Worthy, or Jennings?
I guess I just go Jennings here. You could risk it with Worthy too if you want, but Jennings feels a little safer.
Worthy for that touchdown upside. Jennings, probably a little safer. Okay, let's see. Next, we got CB 420 Brown again. Do any changes here? Carr, Gibbs, Jacobs, Chase, Cooper, JSN, McBride, Bowers, Raiders defense. I guess we're flexing a tight end here.
UJ, Lazard, Lucky, Pittman, Chase, Cooper, JSN. Nah, you're good.
I don't think there's anything to change there. I would go Bowers over Pittman. Unchained Savage, Alec Pierce, I guess. Aaron Jones, Tyler Johnson.
Aaron Jones. I feel good about Aaron Jones this week. Roll with him.
Yeah, I can't start Tyler Johnson just yet. Diego Lujano, Flowers, Metcalf, 1.
I guess Metcalf, but man, tough to sit one of those guys. I'm going to go Pierce over Sutton, and I'm going to go Ferguson over Likely.
Yeah, definitely Ferguson over Likely. Yeah, Sutton. Yeah. Okay. All right, we're getting there, Benny. Bengals or Bills?
I guess Bengals. I don't have to worry about the Commanders scoring a ton of points. Bengals.
Yeah, Bengals fine. Jasim, Isom, start 1 and a flex. Ford, Kyron, Flowers, DK. What?
Kyron and DK, but sucks you got to bench Flowers. Kyron and DK.
Yep. Kyron and DK it is. Highway, Buzzard, Derek Carr, Joe Burrow.
Burrow at home against Commanders. Let's go.
Yeah, go Burrow. Rob W. Gus Edwards,
give me
Alec Pierce.
Just give me Alec Pierce. He even has more touchdowns than Edwards. Give me Alec Pierce.
Yep. Can't start the Gus. Mac P. Okay. Goddard, Gesicki.
Gesicki. Mahomes over Carr.
It's got to be Mahomes, right?
Mahomes. Prescott over Stafford. Higgins over those wide receivers.
There you go. Josh Nelson, there you go. Jaden or Anthony.
I'm still going Richardson. Still going Richardson over the rookie.
So many people have both of those. Here's John Caraballo, Zamir White, McConkey, Waddle, Jennings, or D-Rob. Pick 1.5.
Let's go D-Rob. Feel a little bit better about him than Waddle.
Yeah. Close, but go with them. Rob W again. Same thing. Or he did this. We said
Pierce. Yep, Pierce.
Ferris, Jaber, Swift, or Pittman?
Pittman can't. Swift, it should be Swift, but man, terrible.
Go Pittman. F-Kit, Crutch, Jalen Naylor, or Amari Cooper?
Both dice rolls, both gambles, but I like Cooper.
Yeah, let's just go Cooper. I don't mind Naylor.
Oh, man, we made it. It's always just so like, whew. Like I start like sweating. Like, oh my gosh, like.
We always do it, though.
We always somehow do it. Wow, guys. Thank you.
All right. So
we got a minute. Should we lightning round some non-super chats real quick since we got a minute?
Oh, let's do this one. Samantha with another one. Minnesota or San Francisco defense?
Why not just go San Francisco against the Rams with no weapons?
Yes. Go San Francisco. All right. Thank you, Samantha. This is interesting. Famas J, Dobbins or Etienne?
Nah, I'm still going Etienne here. This is where I draw the line.
All right, Renzo with another. Zamir or Steele?
Just go Steele. I mean, it should be Zamir against Panthers, but I can't do it. Just go Steele.
Yeah, try Steele. Let's see. Chief Perp, Sharp, Dobbins, or Flowers? Gotta go Flowers.
If it's any kind of PPR, Flowers. If it's non-PPR, Dobbins.
Yeah. Let's go Flowers here, unless it's completely standard, which I don't think it is. All right, anything else? Last second here. Don't want to ignore any. Okay, Marquise, Williams, Gino, or Daniels?
I'm going JD. Give me that rushing upside.
Yep. Jay Steezy, Goddard or likely?
Goddard.
Sam, T Higgins, JSN.
JSN. He's safer with the upside.
Tyler Sperry, last second. Ford or Rome?
Go Ford. He's getting the touches. He's got a good matchup. Go Ford.
Yeah, go Ford. Rome, too risky here. Angie Perez, flex, McLaurin or Judy?
I'm still going Terry here.
Yep. Jedi Koth, Moss or Dobbins?
Gotta go Dobbins.
Yeah. All right, Angie, we already said McLaurin. Okay. It's game time.
Game time, yes.
Let's get it now. Remember, if you still have questions, you didn't get anything answered, or you guys want to know something before the afternoon slate, the night game, Monday night, that's why we have an app. We actually do. It's called DraftLane, and this is a way you can get in contact with us just like you do here. You can use it anytime, so download it for free, App Store, Play Store, and you can get a $10 credit in your account right now for a limited time just for signing in. That's all you got to do. So check it out, and we will see you guys very soon. Of course, all the videos for the very next week are going to start coming out already as soon as week 3 is over. So keep that in mind. We're going to get you ready as soon as we possibly can with waiver wire, panic, everything else. And then, of course, start sit will be coming very soon. All right, guys. Good luck to everyone in week 3. Let's all bring home those wins.